Say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, good evening, sports fans. As we are happy to be here tonight, we're live from Robert F. Zoomstein Stadium in Ariton, Alabama. We're here to broadcast this matchup between the number 4 ranked Ariton Purple Cats and the number 10 ranked Dale County Warriors. We're happy to come in tonight. My name is Joshua Hodge. My co-host Anthony Seegers, former Ariton player and alumni. We're happy to have him with us tonight and share some insight on this big in-county rivalry. We're excited to have you guys along for our first live game of 2018. Very exciting game, 2 in-county teams. What do you look for tonight between this close matchup?
I just look for a good game. You know, both teams are expecting a big season this year. This is not a conference game for both of them. It's not in a region. It won't really count towards anything but bragging rights, being a rivalry game. But I'm looking for a good, good fall game, and we'll see what we get.
Well, we met with both coaches this week. They both came in the studio and spoke with us about how the fall camp had been going. Both of them very optimistic, as you say, highly ranked in their own level, own classification. Both should be planning to make a deep run into the playoffs. I know we're excited to see a great game, and you mentioned this rivalry. Ironically, this is the first time that these two teams have ever played. You can hear the crowd in the background as our captains are making our way onto the field. Number 55, number 58, number 5, and number 30 for Ariton will be wearing the purple tonight, trimmed in white. And number 72, number 8, number 17, and I believe that was 15, will be the captains for Dale County. They'll be in the white tops and bottoms with baby blue trim. We'll be getting some of these numbers to you as the night goes along. For Dale County, number 8 is Xavier Lynn. Number 72 is Nate Curry. Number 17 is Mr. Greg Linder, and number 15 is Avery Beasley. Referee going over the instructions now, and a lot of concerns, early in the season. It'll be interesting to see which players step up and take over the leadership roles from last year. Also, a lot of concerns early in the season. How will fatigue and how will the conditioning lead into the game, and I know our officials who were actually in the booth beside the officials tonight handling the scoreboard and any issues, and I know that there'll be a couple mandatory heat timeouts tonight, and I'm sure both teams will greatly appreciate that. So it appears that Ariton has won the toss and they have deferred to the second half. Bear with us a split second. All right, we're back. I apologize. Dale County had won the toss and deferred, so Ariton will receive the opening kickoff.
Dale County won the toss and deferred for the second half. Ariton Purple Cats will receive.
Ariton to go on offense first. Looks like they've got a hammer out at the halftime, out of the coin toss.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Ariton can answer some questions from some players that was lost from last year. See how they answer them early on, and the rain has been a factor with practice in the last couple of weeks, and we'll see how the conditioning's been and how they've been able to withstand the elements. And the good news is we'll get a heat time in tonight. We'll get heat timeouts, and maybe that'll be good enough to keep them from cramping and keep the game moving.
I'm sure, and both teams will be excited. So how will each team handle the nerves? Which team can handle the preseason jitters? And it's one thing to play well, but it's a second when you're expected to play well. So how will each team handle the success, handle the preseason ranking, handle the expectations? I know over the last 4 years, Ariton has went from a 2-win team to making the playoffs, to getting a little deeper into the playoffs. So can they make that next jump, as we both know that Coach Gilcrease thinks they can here in 2018?
Right. This tonight will be a big step toward proving that. The bar is set high for this team, coming off the success they had last year with the returning starters. And the bar is set high equally for Dale County, and I'm looking for a good game, looking for a real good game.
We see Dale County coming through the tunnel now after Ariton, and both both teams well represented here in the stands. See if that's a little bit better. But both teams, you know, obviously close together, but what a great crowd from both teams, and I know they're all excited to get this season underway tonight.
Okay, fans, let's get ready for some football.
All right, we're getting ready for kickoff, the very first play of the 2018 season here, week 1. Again, live from Zoomstein Stadium here in Ariton, Alabama. Number 4, Ariton versus number 10, Dale County. Back deep for Ariton right now, we've got number 9, number 30, and number 5. And set the kick for Dale County.
Number 90, Christian Hernandez.
Looks like number 90.
Dale County.
Mr. Hernandez.
For the Purple Cats, number 5, Brian Peavy.
Number 5 is Bryson Peavy for Ariton.
Bryson's a real playmaker. You know, we're going to have to see how he handles this if they kick it to him.
Kicks up under the air. Going to be fielded by 9. He's going to do the middle of the field. Got him move or two and down around the 35-yard line, and Ariton will take over 1st and 10 from the 35.
Yeah, you know, it's good to get the first play out. The first play is where all the butterflies, all the jitters and everything's at, you know, and I know the players they're excited now. It'll start to calm down and settle in.
So Ariton on offense is going to be led by number 4. Herring is the quarterback. He's one of their key returning contributors. They're going to be looking to replace a running back from last year that had a lot of production, but they've had a good spring out of their quarterback, and their coaching staff talks really highly about him and how well he's prepared, and surely he's ready to take more of a leadership role this season. Ariton 1st and 10 here from the 35. We've got 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation, man in motion. That's number 44, and we've got a flag on the very first play of the game.
We have movement on the Purple Cats.
We're looking for the early indication, but the Purple Cats are moving back. Got a false start. Be 5 yards, be 1st and 15, and now we're on the 29-yard line. I guess that's some of that early season jitters that we spoke about in the open.
You know, it's early, and you know you got to calm down, settle down. Just forget it, and move on to the next play.
It's the same formation, number 44, the fullback, in motion to the left side of the screen this time. Going to have a pass play to the left side, just over the head of the wide receiver. That pass was intended for number 5. That was the deep man.
That was Bryson. Bryson's going to be a go-to target tonight. Him and Hicks are. Both Hicks, both Daniel and Troy, they've all done great things. They're seniors, so you know they're going to provide some leadership, and as it should be.
Ariton with 2 twins at wide receiver this year. That'll be an interesting dynamic, and I'm sure those 2 will have a lot of fun playing together. Number 11 in the coverage that play for Dale County.
Brings up a 2nd down and 15.
2nd down and 15 here. Ariton back in a kind of a pistol look. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and not much yardage on the left side as we gain a couple of yards. Going to be a 3rd and long, very first series of the game.
30-yard line after the 31. Tackled by number 50, Jacob McNabb.
Yeah, that was Jackson Blair. Jackson Blair, you know, he's a starting running back this year. You know, it's going to be interesting to see, you know, there's 2 totally different running styles between him and Kate that we had last year. And as we know, Kate's playing on. Moved on to play some college ball, which is always a positive.
Definitely a good thing. Get some
Jackson's a great athlete, you know.
So 3rd and long here, about 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap for the Purple Cats. Back to pass, quick pressure. He makes a move to his left, but he's going to be down around the 28-yard line. Number 78 and looks like number 72 on the tackle there. 72 is Nate Curry, and number 78, we don't have a number for him currently.
That will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like early on that Dale County's decided, you know, we're going to put pressure on them. We're going, you know, we know they got jitters, and we're going to make them, you know, do the right thing here, and we're going to put pressure and make them make the right decisions.
Pretty easy to pin your ears back on 3rd and long, so nothing terribly unaccepted or unexpected there. And we're going to have a timeout by the kicking team here. Actually, timeout by the receiving team. Guys, we're going to take a super short break, and let's have a word from some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back. 11:06, no score, first quarter.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time. Know-how, Napa know-how.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
All right, and welcome back to live action here from Ariton. We got Ariton in punt formation. Number 44 back to punt. He gets a good one away down the sideline and out of bounds around the 45-yard line. And Dale County will get to start its first possession on offense here with 11:06 in the first quarter. We can see what they do on offense.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how the defense responds, and if they're going to pin their ears back and bring pressure, or if they're going to sit back and kind of take it as it comes. And
another exciting thing to see here is Dale County's coach mentions that they want to be a little more up-tempo than in years past. So we'll get to see how that up-tempo spread style offense works for them compared to last year's team.
Right. The tempo with the heat and everything, it can really wear a team down quick.
Absolutely, especially early in the season. So number 15 under center here. Actually a little shotgun type snap, man in motion to the bottom side of the screen. Shotgun snaps taken, back to pass, and we're going deep down the left sidelines. Got a man, and caught by number 4, touchdown Dale County on the very first play of 2018. Dale County with a big pass play to number 4, David Andrews, and real quickly the score is right on time, 6-0 Dale County. Boy, you talk about a quick start. You didn't need but one play.
I mean, it was a real quick start. Let's see if Ariton can respond here. They got to forget about it, move on. And as we alluded earlier, this is nothing but bragging rights.
Absolutely, absolutely. 4A versus 2A, and still early in the game, just one play, but definitely had plenty of time to throw there, and two men open actually down the left side. So.
It looked like there was a little coverage bust, but hey, they'll clean it up. It's early in the season.
Got the extra point up in the air, and it is good. That kick by number 9, and the score is now 7-0 at the end of the 10:58 mark here, the first quarter. And I probably attribute some of that first play. Who expected him to throw deep on the first play? I know I didn't.
Nobody.
You expect a simple handoff there, maybe a short, easy pass to get the quarterback in rhythm. I think that probably caught everybody off guard to go deep on the very first play. So you got to tip your hat to the coaching staff there at Dale County.
Hey, the quarterback throw to strike, man. I mean, it was on the target.
Plenty gave his man a chance to make a play, and that's all you can ask for. And good start for Dale County, and a little shaky for Ariton here, but. Maybe that's what they needed to, to get their focus back. And great thing is obviously plenty of time left, and nothing preventing them from doing that very next play here on offense themselves.
Absolutely.
All right, Dale County to kick here. Ball's in there. This one going a little bit deeper. Fielded by number 5 around the 10-yard line. He's going to his left. Oh, he's got a good seam. He's across right at midfield and down right at the 50-yard line. So great field position for Ariton. Maybe that's the type of play they needed to turn that momentum right back.
Agreed. As we spoke earlier, Bryson's a playmaker, man. He's an athlete. They're going to have to get him the ball in space and let him make plays.
He was only a man or two away there from tying this game up in just a few seconds.
Agreed.
So let's see if Ariton can settle down here on offense. I look for them to everybody's kind of filled each other out now, and so maybe this is the drive they get it going on offense and at least get a few first downs and change this field position right here, which will could be very important too later in the game.
They're in a different formation. They got a single back with 4 wide. So maybe they've seen something.
Maybe so. In the shotgun here, quarterback option play to the left, makes a good pitch. 5, 6, 7 yards down the left sideline, and a very positive play there. It's going to bring up second and short for Ariton here. I like that option look out of the shotgun. Speaking of the unexpected, so definitely a different look the second series on offense.
And it was some good blocking on the corner there,
We got an official's timeout here. Unfortunately, we have a Dale Player County down far on the Ariton sideline. We'll get a number as quickly as we can and get you any info that we can on that injury.
Right. You know, that's one of the things about playing a game this early with two ranked teams, and the injury things. You don't want to see the injuries.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to take a brief moment here and have a word from our sponsors while we attend to the injured player on the field, and we'll be back with the game in just a few minutes. All right, and we're back to action. Ariton takes a snap here, second and short, quarterback to the left. He keeps this time. He's across first down yardage and well into Dale County territory, but we're going to have to see what this flag's about. Quite a few flags this early in the game. Again, comes with preseason discipline, could be, or early season discipline is to be expected.
Mistakes are expected early on, but it's what this game's for. It's to give them a measuring stick, let both coaches know what they need to clean up, what they need to work on, and still prepare for a great season ahead for both teams.
Well, it was definitely another positive play for Ariton, pending on the outcome of this penalty. First down yardage easily, and the ball is currently placed inside the 40-yard line around the 34. We'll see what the flag is.
It looks like Ariton's decided if they're going to pin the ears back, then they're going to run the option and run right at it. You know what I'm saying?
This penalty is going to go against the Purple Cats as they're backing up again. It's going to take away a big first down gain. We haven't seen the indication yet. Here we go. Correction. The penalty is going to be against Dale County. Still waiting for the signal, and we jumped prematurely seeing back. Still waiting for the indication here from the officials. Funny thing here is the first game for the coaches. It's the first game for the officials too. Now it turns out our original observation was correct. It is being marched off against Ariton.
Right. That's something that comes with time. The communication, they'll get it down, and the officials do a great job. I have to commend them. They're out here on a Friday night. And
absolutely.
They're what make it possible. Without officials, the game couldn't play.
The penalty turned out to be holding. It's going to move the ball back into Ariton territory. The ball placed now at the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up second and close to 20, second and 18 here. Bad break there for Ariton, who's two very explosive plays to get a first down very quickly.
And the thing they need to do is they don't want to try to get it all in one play.
That's right. You got two chances here. Get some of it back and see what you can do then on third. Manageable, hopefully. Option play again. Pitch this time. 44 down the left-hand side. Makes one man miss and hit tough out of bounds there right at the midfield stripe. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
Right. It was a good gain. Now you got 3rd and 8. But, it's still manageable.
And, 3 straight option plays, but what stands out to me is we've had, 2 pitches and 1 keep, so he's not predictable, so he's actually running it well. Quarterback, obviously, after a few hits, he's got his composure down now.
Seems he's settled in.
Yes, sir. So big 3rd and 8 here. Dale County wants to get off the field, I'm sure, and try to keep their momentum, and Ariton would love to keep this drive going with a couple explosive plays under their belt. Shotgun. Snap. We got 3 wide receivers to the right, and we're going to throw it. Got a man. It's going to be caught. That ball is caught by number 5, your playmaker that returns kicks.
Right.
It
looks like he's going to be about a yard shy.
He does, but now we've got some more laundry on the field. Another flag on the play, and this one could be after the play. Number 58 for Ariton had lost his headgear, and he's not being asked to remove. And we do. We have a personal foul against Dale County.
That's a big break for Ariton. Big break.
Absolutely. And, what we noticed there with number 58 losing his headgear and being able to remain on the field, there's a rule in high school football that if you were to lose your headgear, you have to come out of the game for a play unless that headgear was removed during the violation of a penalty. And face mask by Dale County there you know, a huge mark off here. They would have been about a yard short, like you said. Would have been bringing up 4th and 1. But now with a 15-yard gain, we're back inside the 30, around the 28-yard line.
You know, it kind of made the decision for Coach Gilcrease. You know, if you got 4th and around the yard, you know,
4th and 1, and you have to admit they've had 5-6 yards on every play this possession without the penalty. But a big first down now for Ariton, deep in Dale County territory, and a chance to get this game very close, very quick. In the shotgun, number 4 Herring here. See what he's going to do here on 1st and 10. He fakes the handoff. He's looking to his right. That ball is in and out of the hands. Number 30 there had an opportunity, but
that was Hicks. He had 2 men around him.
He did.
You know,
well defended.
Well defended.
Definitely coverage there. A well thrown ball, well ran route. Sometimes you know, you have to make a play.
Yes, sir.
That one definitely could have went either way, but I like Ariton. You know, I like their mix of run pass right here, left, right.
It seems that they're willing to keep them honest. You know, taking some chances, not
Absolutely.
just going to the well too many times.
I agree. I like the play on 1st down, and you're still in good shape here, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Herring, man in motion, number 10 to the top of your screen. We've got an option, but no back, but he's going to keep it. Almost like a quarterback power around the right end, and we might have picked up 5 yards there. Bring up a 3rd and manageable. So not sure if there was a miscommunication there. Not sure if our back went the wrong way or quarterback went the wrong way. Not sure what happened.
Agreed.
But,
you know, it's 3rd and manageable, and hey, if you don't get the first right here, you know, a field goal is not a loss here. You know, Ariton's had 2 pretty good field goal kickers over the past couple of years.
And you got Dale County backed up either way.
Right.
You know, it could be 4-down territory here, depending on the outcome of this play.
Agreed.
Ariton, quarterback looking to the sideline here to get a play. About 3rd and 6 is looking like from our vantage point. We're in the shotgun, 2 men to the left, 1 to the bottom. He fakes the handoff again and looking to pass. He's got some time. He's going to turn upfield. Got another flag down as we're just across the 20-yard line. That'll be short of the 1st down, depending on the outcome of the penalty.
We got another Dale County player here too. He's struggling. Let's see if he's going to get up. The trainers come out to check on him.
Right. I
think he's going to make it to the sideline, and they're going to substitute. Get some fresh legs in.
I don't know if they have given the indication of the penalty yet or tending to the player off the field. I still see the flag down, so I don't believe we've gotten that info yet. At the moment, it looks like about 4th and 2.
And
the officials
it's indicating that it's going to be on Ariton.
The Dale County players are pointing back to their sideline, and another penalty against the Purple Cats, and that's at least 3 here in the first 5 minutes of this game. And you know, the bad news is you know, 3 penalties this early, but the good news is this is something that's correctable.
Right, and the thing they got to think about is they're having success. You know, you just got to clean up the penalties and.
And this actually could be a blessing in disguise. I'm almost surprised that Dale County elected to take the penalty, because now they get to redo 3rd down, and it's an extra chance for Ariton ultimately to get a 1st down here. It's going to be about 3rd and 12, best we can tell from here. Quarterback in a kind of a pistol shotgun look. 2 wide receivers to each side, 1 running back in the backfield. Low snap, but he handles it well, and he's looking to his left side. As the pressure breaks down, he's going to scramble far, and he's not going to get very far. Going to be brought down near the 35-yard line.
It looks like he gained maybe 2 on the play. You know, there's a lot of pressure. You know,
there was, and you got to give that sack to the coverage. He had time early.
Agreed. Coverage was outstanding.
Obviously, nobody opened downfield, so the quarterback did the smart thing. You know, took it down, got what he could, and it'll bring up 4th down and 10 here for Ariton.
It appears Ariton's going to try to do a pooch punt here, you know. You don't want to get all the leg in this one, you know.
In no man's land, a little too far to want to go for it, a little too long for a field goal, but you don't want to give them the ball at the 35 either. So we'll see if they get the kickoff here. High snap, handled well by 44, and the kick's off. It's going to be fielded very close to the goal line, and a very good tackle there at the 5-yard line by Ariton on defense.
That was Mr. Peavy again.
Well, you mentioned in the onset that he would be, you know, all over the field tonight, and he was. But you know, interesting first game decision there by Dale County to receive that, and excellent coverage by Ariton.
You know, Peavy's going to be one of those guys that you're going to hear his name a lot, you know, all throughout the season.
So Ariton goes on defense now after giving up the huge play, but only 1 play on defense. So it's really, truly our first look at the Dale County offense other than that one play, so we really don't know what to expect. And they're backed way up, so even though they had the successful first drive, do they get a little conservative here, backed up, and not want to make a turnover to put Ariton right back in this game?
At the same time, if you're Ariton, you're thinking, do you drop somebody else back in coverage, or do you bring pressure backed up like this?
So they're under center, going to hand it off to the right side, got a little running room. But some
plays a fumble on the play.
Absolutely, and
Ariton's indicating they got it, but there's a penalty on the play too. So
it's a turnover as the play stands on the field, but we'll have to see what the officials have to say here. And we actually have one official pointing that it's Dale County's ball. So we've got a hold against the offense. That penalty's declined, and the result of the play, as we saw, was
first down.
Was a turnover, and I couldn't have been any luckier with that.
Agreed.
Forecast right there.
Big break for Ariton here.
A turnover deep in Dale County territory, and you get a second chance at a successful drive.
Agreed. It appears they got the ball on around the 14. It'd be great to answer right here.
I look for Ariton right here to try to go for the throat. Right off of the get-go. Anytime you have a change of possession play, anytime change of field, you want to strike while the fire's hot right here. So I look for their best play from Coach.
Agreed, and they got 3 senior wideouts, so they got veterans at the position.
I tell you, it's sure tackling there by Ariton's defense. So you got to give them that. What a way to respond for their second
Looks like
play.
They come out in the wing T here.
Running back going to the left and got blocking on the left side. Powell moving forward. He's fighting for extra yardage and
looks like he may have got 4 or 5 on the play.
Definitely moved the Powell forward and strong way to finish. Got second and short here. Officially 2nd and 7 as we hear over the PA here. We're at a bad angle from this end of the press box, so bear with us. But a solid gain on first down. They back under center again. Like a wing formation, man in motion to our right. It's a sweep, but it's plays blown dead by yet another flag, and most likely being dead ball, most likely here on Ariton again.
Agreed. That's something that at halftime I'm sure Coach Gilcrease will be addressing is the laundry that's been on the field.
Well, there's definitely been a lot of flags early in the game, and we'll focus on the red zone later as the game goes along. And every yard's equal, but it's not. We both know that everything's a little more important in the red zone, as it is a procedure penalty against Ariton, and looking from second medium to second long, and really shoot yourself in the foot, and it's a big momentum killer.
Right, it's going to bring up, looks like a 2nd and 13, 12,
Ariton looking to the sideline to get the play in. Looks like we're going to have 2 wides down to the right. Back in a more traditional formation this time. Quarterback in the gun. Takes a snap and handoff to the right side. Dale County there immediately.
Agreed.
Big play by 57 there for Dale County.
57 got great push on that play.
That's Nick McCray. He's an O lineman and D lineman. He was in the backfield the same time the ball carrier was.
Agreed. He got an excellent push on the play.
Stopped that before it could get started. 3rd and 13 again. Absolutely no gain on that play as the Dale County D line stood up to the challenge. So big play here early in this game for a lot of reasons. But can Ariton make a play here in the shotgun? Wide receivers each side looking to pass. He throws it. He's got a man, and their feet get tangled up a little bit. He's looking for a flag that's not there. Pass intended for number 5 there out of the end zone. Well covered. Their feet got tangled up because they were step for step, and I think it was incidental contact and good. Actually, our graphic.
Our back judge, it appears he's picking up something.
Yeah, our graphic shows that there is a flag. So let's see what we've got. Doesn't look like there is any, and it's going to be 4th down here. And Ariton's going to go for it. Nothing to lose down here this close to the goal line. Number 4 in the shotgun. Takes a snap, fakes a handoff, looking right. He tucks it in, but he's not going to get to the necessary yardage, and Dale County's going to take over on downs. Number 75 there. We don't have a name on our program from him, but a great play there. number 76. Kendall Miller in on that stop, and you know, you got to get Dale.
It was a great play. You know, the pressure come from the backside.
Quarterback again with nowhere to throw.
Nowhere to throw. Good coverage.
Good blocking by the offensive line early in the.
And the pursuit was backside. It was blindside. So you know, just great play by Dale County there.
So Dale County now their third series officially on offense. They're going to be taking over from about the 14-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Deep in their territory, but
you know, we've seen Dale County run 2 plays: the touchdown,
right.
and then the fumble. You know?
So we don't know what to expect from Dale County's offense here. They line up in the shotgun. High snap, but he's handled it. Little dump pass over the middle. Screen set up pretty well. Got a couple blocks to the left, and he's got
a little space to move.
Down the sideline, number 1.
Looks like he's going to take it.
He breaks the tackle, and nobody's going to catch him here down the left sideline. As that's 2 first play drive touchdowns for Dale County to make the score 13-0 here with 6:12 to go in the first quarter.
Agreed. It appears early on that, you know, the heat's kind of taking a little factor on Ariton a little bit.
Well, you know, it was a good play design there. The screen,
absolutely,
the screen
great
was a good
design.
call. It sucked the pressure in from Ariton, and they dumped it off. And then a couple missed tackles. You can't afford that this time of year. And number 1 from Dale County with lots of speed.
Right. You know,
great run down the sideline. Made one man miss. And
Dale County's going to have a few more fresher legs. You know, Ariton's got to understand. You know, they got to play mistake-free football here. You know?
Right. The numbers will definitely play a factor in late in the game in terms of depth. So number 90 in for Dale County here to attempt the extra point, try to make it 14-0.
But now, you know, we can't take anything away from Dale County. They're blocking well.
Absolutely, great play, great move, and
other than the fumble, they've played mistake-free football thus far.
Great run down the sideline, a lot of athletic ability and speed by number 1 for Dale County.
Yeah, you could tell early on that he could get out of here. You know, he's a great athlete. Athlete.
Yes, he's definitely looks good getting off the bus, and he is not disappointed on the field. We were told to watch Deontay Henderson when the game started, and he's not disappointed.
You know, interesting thing on Henderson is his brother's right up the road at Troy. You know,
that's right.
So.
A lot of talent. That snap was low, and that kick's going to be blocked. Ariton player down with the ball, but that attempt will be no good, and it'll be 13-0. As we take a short break and have a message from our sponsors, we'll be right back for the.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
We're back live. We apologize for that. There's a quick turnaround here. We're ready for the kick. We were just talking at the break when we came on.
It seems there's a penalty being assessed here on the kick also.
Yes, but this kick here from the 45, we don't know, possibly a celebration penalty on that touchdown, but Dale County with the kick, number 5 deep to receive it. He actually received it inside the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. So Ariton to start here from the 25, I believe. And Ariton it's really critical that they get something going here on offense. They actually had many successful plays last drive and shot themselves in the foot. But
Agreed.
due to only 3 plays on offense by Dale County.
Right. The thing they got to think is they're not all in the wrong. They just got to clean a few mistakes up, and
But the Dale County defense has actually, by default, been on the field for this
longer
entire
than the
first quarter.
offense.
That's correct. So Ariton's got a golden opportunity right here to get right back within a touchdown of this game. And I think that even though you've got the turnovers and you've got the penalties to clean up, you got a golden opportunity right here to capitalize off of some of the good play that you had last drive. I think the option has been successful, and I think the key to the passing game right here is they got to get the ball out sooner.
Absolutely.
So the wide receivers have to get some separation, and the quarterback's got to pull the trigger. We got a quarterback keep right up the middle and a positive play.
Warriors on the play.
Well defended by Dale County, but looks like a 4 or 5 yard game. We got an officials timeout, and we're crossing the 6-minute mark here. So this is a heat timeout, and well deserved by both teams. And you're going to see this in high school football for the first 4 weeks of the season. And then the officials have the ability each week to, beyond this, that they can impose this timeout as they see need, as they see cramping, and they see fatigue on each sideline. So this is just a statewide initiative the first 4 weeks to ensure that the players are hydrated, and the officials, the band, the cheerleaders, everybody involved.
Absolutely. Coming from, a former player, hey, ain't nothing better when you're tired than to get that water break and get to wipe the sweat out your eyes and clear your head and let the coach, kind of settle you down some.
And even at the 4A level, it's not uncommon for a lot of players on both sides to play each way. Some of your better athletes are going to play offense and defense. And so this could be the first break some of these players have gotten since the coin toss.
Agreed. And hey, like we spoke, it take a toll on you.
Well, and you'll see this the first week of college. You'll see this the first week of NFL.
Absolutely.
The jitters and the excitement leading into week 1. There's nothing like this first game of the season. Some of these players are starting for the first time. They're under the lights. This is, again, this rivalry. A lot of these people have known each other their whole life, but this is the first time these two teams have played in history. So
right,
just that little extra excitement can lead to some cramps and things of that nature as well.
Being 15 miles apart, it's hard to believe it's the first time they played.
So the clock's moving here. 5:45 in the first quarter. Quarterback in the shotgun. Wide receivers each side. We got number 11 in motion to the top of our screen. Quarterback taking as we got a quarterback sneak, and he's got a little room around the left side here. He turns the corner, first down yardage, Peavy. More of a wildcat. That's not the starting quarterback there, so more of a wildcat formation as the quarterback power around the left side there for a first down gain and moving the chains here for Ariton.
The thing with Bryson, is it's a wildcat look, but he's also the backup quarterback at the same time. So
he will throw it.
Yeah, he can throw it. So they don't need to just expect to run.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that as they could be setting up something for later, but. Very good right after the timeout there to get the hands and the ball in the hands of your playmaker, get a first down, give your defense, if not time to rest, as the case may be, give them time to get a little game plan up against this Dale County attack. So 1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line.
Looks like we got Hicks in the backfield on this play.
Quarterback takes a snap, option look to the left. We got a pitch. And solid tackle there. That looks like number 5 for Dale County. That's
great tackle, but we got a flag down on the far side over there.
Demarius Jenkins was not fooled by that option play. He kept his responsibility. Option defense, as we know, is all about keeping your responsibility. Your end has to keep contained, and you have a man responsible for the pitch. And Demarius Jenkins right there for Dale County with an incredible play.
And looks like they're going to give Ariton sideline warning.
So good to hear that not actually a penalty on the play, but only a sideline warning as Ariton's got some players across that white line. And again, we'll be harping too much tonight. I'm sure you'll be tired of hearing it, but some first game jitters, a lot of things to learn.
Absolutely, just got to settle down and get in the groove.
So 2nd and 8 here, shotgun snap, option again. He keeps it up the middle. Nice little spin move there, made a couple people miss, and he only got 2 or 3, but sometimes you got to take what's given to you, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and manageable. We'll see where progress goes, but I'm looking at about a 3rd and 5 situation coming up for Ariton here.
3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. It was a good play. There was a lot of pressure on the edge. It was an option play. He decided to keep it and come back up the middle, and let's credit Dale County's linebackers. That they were sitting there prepared.
He made a man miss, but the PA announcer here just mentioned a host of Warriors, and that was truly the case. And you can tell their new head coach, he was the former defensive coordinator here, and he looks like he is being disciplined and getting 11 guys to the ball. We got a pass play here. Great catch. Looks like over the middle, going to have first down yardage to number 5. What a play there. That ball was low, but it was only where his guy could get it.
Agreed. And great play there. And, big. That was a real big play right there.
That ball, if you're Dale County, you got to be shaking your head because it was covered excellently.
Agreed.
Just a great play. We saw a play earlier in the game. Probably those 2 players, if we're being honest, and that play went Dale County's way, and that play made by Ariton. So another first down here as we're close to midfield.
As we alluded earlier, Dale County's defense had been on the field majority of the game.
Right. Ariton in position to make a little move here. Another pass again, and he's wide open this time and caught down the left sideline. If he's in bounds, that's a big gain, and it looks like he is. They're going to be inside the 30-yard line. Another nice pass and catch by the Purple Cats.
All right, he went right back to Peavy on that play. Apparently they're seeing something something over there.
Well, and not to toot my horn, but we're getting the ball out quicker here.
Agreed.
And,
agreed.
Two quick strike plays for Ariton, and they are making adjustments each time on the sideline. So
right.
you have to look the progress if you're their coaching staff.
If the pressure's getting to you, you got to hit them quick routes and settle back down.
Well,
and that appears what they're doing.
Apparently the deep routes aren't working as well. So maybe they're playing more cover two. Maybe they're keeping that safety.
The deep
back.
routes are taking too long to develop.
So maybe the short routes are the way to go. In the little shotgun snap here, option play, a high pitch but handled well by number 44. Pretty big hit there. The ball's out,
and
I'm afraid
Dale County has recovered it.
Big play right there.
Absolutely.
And he did such a great job of maintaining the pitch there, but then when he came down, just a big hit by Dale County. Great play on their defense, and our second turnover game, now one for each team.
You got to know Dale County's defense was glad to see that. You could tell they were starting to get a little tired.
Big hit, big play.
Big hit, big play, fumble. Big momentum shift.
Credit them yet again. Another long drive by Ariton, but squandered inside Dale County territory.
Agreed. It's kind of interesting to see what Dale County's going to do right here.
So Dale County now under center, or actually in the shotgun. Going to hand it off.
And
big
he's
play
met in
there
the
by number
backfield
30.
by Hicks.
Hicks on Ariton with a big play as their
big
defense.
Play.
Their defense should have a little attitude right now.
Right.
Between some frustrations at the end drives on offense and a couple big plays they've given up. It's great to see.
Right.
It's great to see here Ariton with a lot of fire in their step.
We had Daniel Hicks 30 and 69. Ethan Capel in the backfield almost simultaneously. As he handed the ball off. So
there was no letdown there by the Ariton defense as they make a big play, bringing up second and long here for Dale County Warriors. 5 in the shotgun, man in motion to the top. Going to hand it off on a sweep to number 1, and there again. Makes a man miss, but nothing doing.
Nothing doing
on the right side. Is
that was a great play by number 5. I hate to keep calling Bryson's name, but Peavy come up and he blew up the play. And he slowed him down and cut it back in, and the linebacker was there.
And then you have to give credit to the second level of Ariton as they pursued and got him down out of the before he could turn the corner. Third and long here.
That's big to can contain the outside. On them stretch plays.
So 3rd and 17 here. Big opportunity for Ariton to get the ball right back in their offense's hands. We got 3 wide receivers down at the bottom of the screen.
Looks like Dale County's going to go with a single back here.
Obvious pass down, so we know what to expect.
And the quarterback's going to keep it.
So they tried to use the wide receivers to
good move by the quarterback there. Great crackback, but there's a flag on the play here.
Flag on the play.
It appears they're going to call it on the crackback.
First down yardage if the play stands. They use the 3 wide receivers at the left side there to actually run off the Ariton secondary and then give the quarterback a chance in space.
Great play call, great execution, and there's just laundry on the field. First game mistakes.
Around a 25-yard gain on the play.
Absolutely.
And a good block, but unfortunately looks like an illegal block. By the Dale County wide receiver there.
Agreed. The Alabama Athletic Association's really took a big stance on,
the crackback
player safety and the crackback, and rightfully so.
That's going to be
it can really hurt a kid when you hit them above the waist like that.
Our press box is on the Dale County sideline, and you heard some boos, but unfortunately, as Anthony alluded to, there's a big emphasis on defenseless players, and the referees are doing a great job. To protect these guys, and we're proud of that, and we know the parents are, and this is going to ensure the game lasts a long time. But what a it's not necessarily a break for Ariton there, but what a momentum shift there after a 25-yard gain taken back by the penalty.
Ariton got a big break there. That was a big gain. And
Ariton's going to take a timeout here. We're going to come back in just a minute. Looks like Ariton's going to be facing, or Dale County rather, is going to be facing a 3rd and about 25 after this short break from our sponsors.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call.
All right, we're back live in Ariton.
And while we were gone, there was dead ball, foul before the play, and it appears they're backing them up 5 more yards.
So it's going to be second and dangerous yardage here,
absolutely.
And you kind of look for a safe play here, especially backed up, but we'll see what Dale County dials up here. Snap to the quarterback. He's going to keep it to the right side. Ariton with a couple people there, and a nice solid solo tackle there. That's number 4.
Heron had him wrapped up. Quarterback.
Number 4, the quarterback, making a big play on defense, and that's going to bring up 4th and, close to 30, 40 yards here.
Only in high school ball, you see your starting quarterback playing some linebacker,
But, what a surefire tackle, and we've seen that running back with some explosive plays.
Absolutely.
A solid play by Herring there on the defensive side of the ball, and maybe that'll translate to some energy on the offensive side.
Well, it puts them in a definite punting situation here.
No doubt.
And it looks like we got Daniel Hicks 30 and Bryson Peavy 5 back to receive.
So does Ariton put some pressure on the kicker here? They looks like they've set up the return, and a good punt by Dale County. We've got to give them credit. That ball is going to be fair caught right at the 50-yard line. Ariton's going to take over here at midfield.
Absolutely, great move to fair catch it right there. Things just wasn't setting up right.
We've got 1 minute and 34 seconds to go.
And hey, midfield start ain't a bad start.
It's 13-0, but the game, if you're just joining us, is much closer than the score indicates. Dale County with 2 big plays on offense equates to all their points.
Two long drive, not long drive, just quick hitting plays.
2 quick hit plays,
right.
A bomb on the very first play of the game, and then a huge run by number 1.
And Ariton's had some success, but they've also had some penalties and some mistakes that's kind of slowed them. But let's see if they can get it going right here.
And I think that was very critical for Ariton's defense to actually have a solid series of stops.
Absolutely.
Aided, of course, by the crackback block. But Ariton back on offense, Herring at quarterback, midfield. Still plenty of time here, late first quarter. 3 wides to the near side of the field. Fakes the handoff, and he's looking to throw to his right. He's going to keep it, crosses midfield, and he's going to pick up 5, 6, 7.
He's still on his feet. He's
what
rumbling.
A tough run there. Solid tackle by number 11 coming up from the safety position.
We got a Dale County player kind of slow to get up.
Great effort there by number 4, Herring. He couldn't make up his mind, He had me fooled. I thought he was going to throw it right here at the end, right at midfield.
Me and you both.
But a great decision to tuck it, make one guy miss, and then, he took on 2 or 3 warriors. Like a warrior there to
we alluded to Dale County's defense being on the field for pretty much the majority of the first quarter.
We may be seeing that
see it play in.
So second down and maybe 2. Good play on first down for Ariton. Late in the first quarter. Shotgun. Quarterback keep all the way, and
absolutely
nothing doing. He probably lost 2 there. And
you got 50, and it appears 72 in on the tackle, and the quarterback's a little slow to get up
here. There by Herring, and he appears to be favoring that left shoulder as he was taken down into the ground there. Looks like Ariton may elect right here to let this clock wind, as we're under 20 seconds here in the first quarter.
Take it into the second quarter, and kind of use it as a timeout.
Yeah, they're in no hurry here. We're under 10 seconds. Don't know if they're going to snap it or not, so we're going to be prepared. We got 2 wide receivers to each side, quarterback in the shotgun.
I would be shocked if
they're just going to try to draw them off sides, which is a smart play. But we're at the end of the first quarter. So we're going to take a break to our sponsors. 13-0, Dale County High School leading number 4, Ariton.
That'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll be scoring Dale County 13, Ariton 0.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in Southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, Looking at getting into the cattle business or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
Welcome back live here to Ariton, start of the second quarter. Your score, number 10 in 4A, Dale County High School, leading number 4 in 2A, Ariton High School, 13-0 here. Ariton with the ball across midfield. It's going to be, a key play right here to start this drive.
Absolutely. If
you're just joining us, this game really comes down to 2-0 instead of 13-0. We've had two explosive plays to start drives, each first play of the drive for Dale County.
Agreed.
And I'm not 100% sure our chains are accurate as they're showing first, and I was expecting about a 3rd and 5, but we'll see what's going on with the chains here, as Ariton has the ball at the 38-yard line, and our chains are showing 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Ariton's headed from your right to left on the screen. Purple with the white pants. Sweet play to number 5. He was hitting the backfield. Some good pursuit there by the defensive end. That looks like number 15. Number 15 for Dale County is Avery Beasley. His name's been mentioned a couple times tonight. Good play by him with some backside pursuit.
Absolutely,
And according to our chains here, 2nd and 8.
Bryson, as we've alluded all night, he's going to be a guy they're going to watch. If he goes in motion, they're probably going to have a man designated to follow him in motion.
He's not going to get many free looks, we don't expect. We're back to this wing look. Kind of a veer look here for Ariton. Sweep to number 5 again. He cuts up the middle. This time he's got a little more room. 5-6 yards, hard yards, up close to the 30-yard line. Maybe he's
going to bring up a 3rd and short here.
And I like the play call if you're Ariton, because they've been feast or famine. They've either had 3rd and forever or a big play. So I like the play call there to get a little. And,
as we've alluded to, Dale County's defense being on the field.
Almost all of the first half.
Ariton's got to start capitalizing on these opportunities.
Because of their own big plays can kind of work against you sometimes. Same formation here. Ariton under center. Got a man in motion to the right. Sweep, same play 3 times in a row, but he's got 1st down yardage and almost broke that one. Trying to get the number.
He was 1 tackle away from there.
Number 24 there for Dale County. And number 24 is Trey Marshall.
Trey Marshall.
He also plays wide receiver for them, but he is the only thing in between Ariton and the end zone on that play.
No doubt. If he don't make that play, there's probably a touchdown.
A nice hurdle right there, and got through the second line pretty unscathed, and a great tackle by Trey Marshall there to save a touchdown. 1st down and 10. We're very close to the 20-yard line. We'll call it the 22-yard line here, and starting to wide out the formation a little bit. We got 44 in motion to the left. He cuts back. He's got a little running room. He cuts across, makes a man miss, and powerful run inside the 15. He's got a little extra step. He made the turnover. He made the turnover on the last option play, and way to come back.
Absolutely, great effort keeping his feet moving, keep driving, and keep moving forward.
We need to take a second and mention that what a great job blocking he does. The coaching staff really bragged on him, and he's opened up a lot of the plays for number 5.
Oh, no doubt.
We got a timeout on the field. Dale County calling timeout here. We're going to stay with you, during this break, and I can't stress enough how close this game is.
Agreed.
The scoreboard does not indicate the success that Ariton has had on both sides of the ball. They've shot themselves many times with penalties, and really only given up 2 big plays in the entire game.
It's 13-0, but it's still a really good game. You know, it's a physical game. It's the first time these two teams have met. You know, Dale County this year, they've got some really good football being played in the county this year.
And when you say
know?
Dale County, I know because we talked earlier. You're not mentioning Dale County High School. You're mentioning the county in general.
The county
you're
in general.
Talking about GW Long, who's
they're on the rise.
They're on the rise. You're
you got
talking
Carroll,
about Daleville.
Daleville, they just come down to 2A from a 3A bracket.
They're receiving votes in the rankings.
You got Carroll High School right down the road, 6 miles down the road. You know, they're ranked number 4 and 5A. You know, so you got two number 4 rankings in 2A and 5A, and a number 10 in 4A, and you got a Long and a Daleville team on the climb.
We're definitely blessed in Wiregrass.
Absolutely.
You know, here at Wiregrass Sports to have such talent in this area, like you say, all within just a few miles.
Absolutely. You know, I may be biased to the Dale County school systems, but you know they got some really good, you know, superintendents and principals and teachers. You know, they got a really good education.
2nd and 2 here, back to the action. We got under center Herring. Man in motion, number 5. He's going to get the sweep again. He cuts upfield, got the first down yardage, a nice
still
spin
on his
move.
Feet here.
Makes a couple more people miss, and he's
he may be down inside the 5 here.
I think he's definitely inside the 10, and it could very well be inside the 5. We're going to have a 1st and goal to go here for the Purple Cats to close this game up.
I think it's going to probably be 1st and goal around the 3 or the 4 here.
Looking like the official spot's on the 4, so first and goal from the 4-yard line. Key drive here. Ariton cannot afford to squander any more possibilities inside the red zone, just from a momentum standpoint alone. Number 5 in motion again. They run that same sweep. He cuts it up early though.
Looks like
they're
touchdown. That he got in. Touchdown.
A great hit right at the goal line by the Ariton defender, but
agreed.
He
you know the
plane.
coaches must have seen something with Bryson there, because you know
they definitely kept going
to the well. You know,
but it kept working. The good run by 44. You know, we got to highlight it. And Ariton right back in this football game
agreed.
Now, 13
to
6.
If you're getting 4 to 5 yards a carry, you know you can't go away from it. You got to ride it.
13 6 here. The missed extra point could turn out to be a factor. So
it absolutely could.
So this extra point right here is a key play in this game as they try to pull within 6, less than a touchdown away. Number 20 on the kick for the Purple Cats. Snap handled well, and that kick is definitely high enough and long enough, and we got the signal that it's good. So your score now is Dale County High School 13, Ariton High School 7, and we've got a ball game.
Absolutely. You know, it seemed like on that drive, Ariton kind of settled into their own a little bit. You know, and Dale County's defense has been on the field quite a bit, and that's obviously probably playing a factor.
And so,
here.
you know, it's crazy how momentum can swing in a game like this, because now the story really changes this next possession to, can Dale County's offense keep the ball? Can they maintain a drive? Can they give their defense
sustain some success?
Can they
give
them
a break?
Defense a break now? As Ariton's pulled within 6.
And as we alluded earlier, you know, just because it's 4A ball, there's still a lot of kids that play Ironman football. They play in both ways.
That's correct. And you know, the jitters, the nerves, and you know, we don't want to see any injuries, but the injuries that we have seen so far have affected Dale County's depth.
Right.
Another thing that we'll keep an eye on, and I'll tell you something that I hope I'm wrong about, but I do wonder. We haven't seen another pass play since we saw Herring favor the shoulder on that quarterback keeper, which was right at the end of the first quarter. So I'm interested to keep an eye and help me to see if he plays on defense this drive. And also, let's
I'll tell you, I'd be shocked if he does.
Well, I would be surprised myself, but that's definitely a storyline that we'll be following here in the second quarter.
You know, as we alluded, teams, you know, kids having to play both ways. You know, it's really important on the hydration schedule Monday through Thursday to prepare for Friday night.
Right, and one of the coaches in the studio this weekend, he commented that, you know, what you do tonight is important, but it was really the week leading up to it, and
absolutely
the meals that you've had throughout the day.
Absolutely,
once it starts, there's only so much you can do. Number 20 for the Purple Cats, he kicks it. Two Dale County players fighting over the ball, but it's taken by number 11, and he's headed left. Tripped up by number 44.
That's going to be Jackson Blair in on the play.
That's the fullback, and that's the guy. He's made 2 or 3 big plays now since his first mistake.
He has. You know, it seems like he's really settled in.
Absolutely, and definitely atoning for his mistakes. He deserves a lot of credit, and I know he's a player that Ariton leans on a lot. Dale County looks like the 29-yard line going to be taken over. I tell you, we will not turn away from the TV, as we know that they can score from anywhere on the field in one play.
Absolutely.
So let's see if they can get things going. They were backed up last drive, so now that they've got the full field to play with, let's see how they take it. Quarterback in the shotgun, handoff, and a good pursuit by Ariton A lot of Purple Cats there. At least 3 or 4 players. Number 10, number 5, number 16, 15. Forgive me.
61 was in on the play there. Great
Great.
As
game
we was
tackle.
alluding before the snap, they have a lot of big play potential here.
They do. But this is the second drive in a row that Ariton's
right
seemingly up to the challenge. That looks like a loss of 2. Going to be 2nd and 12 here.
But now we've seen Dale County have 2 pass plays for 2 touchdowns. Let's see if they go back to it here.
All right. Looking to the sideline here, some pretty advanced offense by Dale County as they check with me, with the coach to see what he sees and make an adjustment at the line of scrimmage. And looks like they're going to have to take a timeout. They can, and there's a flag down at midfield. They may not have got it off in time, but the head official signals that was indeed a timeout in time by Dale County on this 2nd and 12. But back to the strategy that they're using on offense now. They're coming to the line. For those of you not familiar, they line up in the formation that they want. They see what the defense is lining up to try to defend that. And then depending on what the coaches see from the sideline, they may decide to either run what they had originally called, or they may have a option A or B that they want to change that to. And
absolutely, and it appears they've slowed things on offense down a little bit, and that may be to give the defense a little bit of rest, And
the coach told us on Tuesday night that he wanted to speed it up, but that he was also a defensive-minded guy, so he has to be protecting his defensive players right now.
You kind of live by that and you die by that. When you got momentum, you kind of got to keep it rolling, and at the same time, when you slow things down, it can cause a few mistakes.
Absolutely, it can. And neither team can ill afford many more mistakes in a close game like this, as both teams have seemingly found their footing here. 8:37 to go in the second. All right, both teams coming out of the timeout here. We've got a 2nd and 12, ball on about the 26-yard line. Dale County in the shotgun, man in motion to the top of your screen. He fakes the handoff, a fumble.
Peavy.
Big play right here. We don't know who's came up with it. The early indication, Ariton thinks they have it. We haven't seen anything from the officials.
Peavy really blowed that play up right there.
Ariton has made a huge play again here and will have the ball deep into Dale County territory again. The quarterback is such an athlete for Dale County.
He is athletic.
We can't overstate how great his run was. It was actually a big touchdown run by him on that sweep. But now, what a play right there! He did not tuck the ball when he was trying to elude that defender. The Ariton defender poked that ball away. And our second turnover of the game by Dale County, and this one could prove to be costly, is Ariton now with a great opportunity inside the 20 to either tie or take the lead.
Peavy he's really settled down here, and that was a great read, great play. Blitz play. Quarterback never really seen him.
They sure didn't seem fooled coming out of the timeout there.
No, they didn't.
As to what Dale County wanted to do. So they're back to this wing look. Handoff or pitch rather to 44. Not much room there as Dale County makes a big play on defense. That's number 5. Let's see who's coming up off the bottom of the pile. That's number 57. Number 57, that's Nick McRae. And number 5, as you've heard many times, is Demarius Jenkins. Two big hits there by the Dale County defense as they rise to the challenge.
Jenkins has really had a good night for Dale County also, not only just defensively but offensively. I'm out.
Having a little technical difficulties for just a second. We apologize. Pitch to number 5 here, headed to the right. See if he can turn the corner. He does and gets some positive yardage. 5-6 yard lines up the right sideline and is out of bounds. Going to bring up a 3rd and manageable again. Very important.
You got to think it's 4-down territory right here.
I would.
Deep in their own territory, going into their own locker room.
They made the decision last time.
Down 6.
They made the decision last, and it turned out to pay off big dividends to make the pooch punt.
Absolutely.
Because they fumbled, forced to fumble the next play. But I'm with you right here, Anthony. I think Ariton goes for it twice. Under center here in the wing again. Pitch to number 5. He cuts it up quick. He's cutting to the left, and wow, one man to beat, and he is brought down. The ball comes loose, but we believe he was down.
It appears the official has ruled him down.
Let's get that number.
It was 57 on the play.
And 50, number 50, Jake McNabb there would, a touchdown.
Boy, they better be glad
tackle.
The official ruled it down. 15 had a lot of green grass in front of him with a ball in his hand.
He did. I do believe it was fairly obvious that he was down there. That's a good call. And another 1st down and goal set up here by that great cutback run by number 44. I like the balance as they go with 5 and 44, to keep Dale County honest. Pitch to 5, another quick cutback. Well defended, but he's looked like he's going to make to the goal line. We don't have a signal, but he looks in and touchdown signaled now as Ariton has tied the ball game. 13-7 here with a extra point still to come.
As we alluded earlier, when it was 13-0, it was really closer than the score appeared, and now it appears we're knotted up, with 7:06 to go to halftime and plenty of football to play, and it appears both teams have settled in and started playing, a lot more assignment football here.
So we're live on many different platforms, and one of the listeners tuning in at home and made a comment that Dale County was cheating on that wing sweep, and he had recommended a trap or something to that regard, but reversing it to 44, but the running back cutting it up in the middle effectively is doing what our listener had mentioned, and what a great adjustment by the running back himself to cut that up the middle.
I'm certain at halftime both coaches are going to make some adjustments, and
that ball was a little bit low, a little bit of trouble with
we're knotted up here at 13.
13-13. It's going to be a lucky break,
thus
for somebody.
Thus far, it's been an exciting game for both sides.
We can't ask for more here with 7:06 to play. We're going to take a short break with our sponsors, and we'll be right back for this next kickoff. You're listening to Wiregrass Sports.
Try to speed things up, kind of get back into rhythm,
We're back live here, ready for the kickoff by Ariton. Just scored back-to-back touchdowns. This game was 13-13, or excuse me, this game was 13-0 Dale County pretty early in the first quarter, and now our graphics incorrect. It's 13-13. Short kick mishandled by the Dale County running back. He's bringing it across the field, makes a couple people miss, and he may be gone.
He's got a lot of green grass in front of him.
And nobody from Ariton's going to catch him.
He kind of bobbled the snap, and
sometimes that's
right. There was a little bit of an over pursuit.
A big kickoff return there for Dale County High School.
And hey, that quick, it's right back at 19-13.
This is a no-play drive. So
absolutely,
they've got 2 one-play touchdown drives, and now a kick return for a touchdown. And Dale County living and dying by the big play here.
Absolutely, Dale County's got a lot of big play potential.
We'll check right here to see if they elect to try to go for 2 and make it 21. Or if they're,
I look for Dale County to do big things in the 4A, region they're in this year.
Well, no doubt that they're short of explosive plays.
Absolutely.
Got sort of a swing and gate formation coming up here. That does look like that they're going to elect to try the extra point and make it a 7-point game. But we didn't even have time to discuss what a great job it was coming back from 13-0, and they're running a fake, a little swing pass there. We're looking for the indication. They're going to give them credit there. The 2-point play, I had mentioned the swing and gate, and
so it's a 21-13 game here.
A little shovel pass, and now that point that we were talking about could hurt them earlier now is in their side as it becomes an 8-point game. Still one possession, but now you have to score in, get 2 if you're Ariton, but 7 minutes to go in the second. Plenty of time for plenty of scoring on each side. So we want
to. Every coach harps special teams. Special teams can win it for you and they can lose it for you.
Well, I got to give Dale County's coach credit for the second time.
Absolutely.
Drawing up a big play after a change of possession, the little shovel pass right there. A great play for the 2-point conversion. And the wide receiver on that play made an excellent catch right at the ground to secure that ball and convince the official that he had it in the field of play, in the end zone. And what a great play.
I
really feel that Ariton defended it pretty well, and they just had the numbers in Dale County's favor, and they took the advantage of the opportunity there to make this an 8-point game with 7 minutes to go in the first half. So guys listening at home, we've buzzed down and we're trying to get you some updates on some other scores around the area, and as soon as we get those, we'll pass them along to you. And if you're listening and you're at another game, please feel free to shoot them to our Facebook page and to our other avenues, and we're happy to spread those throughout the Wiregrass tonight. Many big teams in action, and we'll be covering those games throughout the season all across the Wiregrass. Appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. Dale County set to kick off, number 90. Big play. Let's see what happens. That's a deep kick, and it's going to be fielded around the 5-yard line. Number 9 headed to the middle of the field. He gets a block.
That's going to be Ethan Webb. He's got the corner.
He's got some space. He's going to be rode out of bounds, but he's going to be to the 40-yard line. Another loose ball after the play, but the official's quick to run and spot it and mark him down, and it's going to be Ariton's ball right at the 40.
Absolutely.
So, play the other way.
There's been some big plays on kick return.
And that one took a long time to develop.
It did.
He probably ran 30 yards
Absolutely.
Horizontally before he got north and south, and I'm sure the coaching staff was happy to see him turn that upfield. But a big gain once he did. And
number 9, Ethan Webb, he's just a sophomore. It's good to see a young kid making such a good decision,
Well, a lot of talk, and there's a new rule this year in the kickoff game as far as if there's a penalty assessed on the kickoff, it'll be added to the play or taken from the play instead of a re-kick, because there's a large percentage of our injuries happen on the kickoff. But the thing that you'll never see as long as there is a kickoff is our younger players like this, they're going to try to make plays because it's their chance. They're the backup this or backup that.
Agreed.
And when these young guys get a chance to have the ball in their hands, they're going to try to make a play. All right, Ariton back on offense. Number 4 with a throw there out to the right side. And we've got big yardage. So the ball dropped again. Didn't make it out of bounds before it was recovered. Big gain, but a turnover on the tackle. And interesting to see, did that ball make it to the sideline, or was it recovered by Dale County? And we haven't been given an indication yet.
Ariton's player come up and handed the official the ball, so I don't know if it was recovered in bounds or pushed out of bounds. Or
there's a huddle being, it's on our far sideline from us, so we don't have a great vantage point. But there has been zero indication to this point whether to move the chains, whether to change the possession. So the official's right in the middle, and he's got 3 people, and we're being pointed in the direction of the Purple Cats right this minute. So a big first down gain there.
It appears it went out of bounds.
Back to the quick pass game, something that's been successful, but number 4 looked good. Hopefully he's healthy, Mr. Herring. But a quick pass, and then the wide receiver did the work down that sideline. We had the ball got poked out by the defender. It was a great play by him, but unfortunately Dale County not able to corral it before it went out of bounds. So
absolutely, it appears early on that the quick pass for Ariton has definitely been the ticket.
That's been the success so far. Ariton with 3 wide receivers to the near side of the screen, 1 to the top. Shotgun formation. Herring got the snap, looking right again. Quick pass, but if he caught it, his knee was down, and the referees blow that down quickly. It's going to be a 2-3 yard loss.
Yeah, I think so. It appears that's going to be a loss there on the play.
We've talked about him going to the well many times, and they did there again. And unfortunately, even if it would have been better if he hadn't have caught it, because it wouldn't have been a loss. But caught it with his knee on the turf there. So bringing up 2nd and 13, possibly even 2nd and 14 there with the lateral pass by Herring.
Agreed. As we was talking earlier, he's been a 21-point swing right here. Ariton scored twice, and Dale County, answered it.
13 points and real quick answer there by Dale County. All right, shotgun formation, 2nd and 13, 3 wide receivers to the near side of your screen, and a flag down. And that's going to be a delay of game. And the Dale coaching, the Ariton coaching staff is fired up, and understandably so. Didn't get the timeout in time. You got to give Ariton's stadium credit here. They have the nice 25-second clock in each end zone, so there's really no excuse for either team not to pay attention to the time clock. But another penalty here, and
absolutely,
and almost all of them dead ball.
Right, absolutely. That's kind of been Ariton's Achilles heel tonight. They'll get some momentum moving forward. And it seems like a mistake kind of sets them back. They got to forget it, move on to the next play.
I would love to be a fly on the wall at halftime in their locker room, but I would not love to be one of these players that's responsible for some of this laundry, as our officials have had a busy first half, mostly on Ariton's offensive possessions.
You got to think the coaches are going to look to clean it up in the second half.
Well, it comes down to discipline, and there's a lot of factors that go into that. Some of it is obviously your preparation, but some of it is nerves.
And as we spoke before the game started, we've had a lot of rain in the area, and
so that
teams haven't been able to be on the field practicing.
They haven't been able to practice a lot of these scenarios in the confines that they would have wanted to. There's been some practice in the gym. There's had to be more walkthroughs, and we'd like to brag on the Dale County school system a little bit. There's a lot of new buildings. I think Dale County's got a new elementary school, if I understand correct, and GW Long with some new facilities as well.
They got a new facility and
with
at a far end zone here. But Ariton's got a new gym going up.
The new gym here has actually caused the practice field to be used to store some of the equipment and things like that. And I'm sure that it's been very stressful for Ariton to get the practice time that they needed in, and some of that may be showing tonight with a few of these these mental penalties early in the game.
While we're in a timeout here, and it's a heat timeout, one thing I want to brag about is it appears both teams' conditioning is doing great. It's well up to par.
So far, very few injuries. None of them seem to have kept the player out of the game. We're happy to report everybody appears to be back to full strength.
Absolutely.
And we haven't seen any signs of cramping yet. Obviously, it's hot, very humid here. A little bit of a cool snap, but a cool snap here in Alabama is not exactly cold. So, I agree with you.
In South Alabama, any cool is welcome.
Credit to both teams for, looking good so far on the conditioning front. Okay, after the penalty, we got second and close to 20 yards for Ariton. Shotgun, pistol formation, 44 in motion to the right, so empty backfield now, and they're going to swing it out to 44. He's met pretty quickly. We're going to get a number. Looks like number 3.
It looks like he's going to pick up 2, maybe 3 there on
number
the play.
Number 3 is Ethan Till, and you got to give him a credit for picking up the guy out of the backfield. And he was a little undersized there at that, at the point of attack, and he did a good job bringing him down. Solo tackle, great open field tackle there by Ethan Till. All right, 3rd and long, about 3rd and 12 here. Near midfield, important for a lot of reasons, important for momentum, important for field position. You really don't want to hand it back to an explosive Dale County team.
Absolutely.
Here.
The best defense for Ariton right now is a great offense.
So wide receiver now towards us. He handles the snap. A lot of pressure, but they set up the screen. Just cannot make another man miss.
And that was a great catch there.
Great catch.
Great catch.
Very fully extended. Number 30. Number 30, we got him as Antoine, possibly Guerra. Great tackle. If he gets past those two, he could have very well got the first down, but instead it's going to be about 4th down and 8, and Ariton looks to punt the ball away here at the 40-yard line.
Ariton had 2 drives with really good success, and it looks like Dale County's defense has kind of settled in a little more.
They've settled in.
They may have caught a second win.
They've settled in, but still over 20 yards of offense despite the penalty on this drive for Ariton. Some more time taken off the clock, and a very respectful showing by both schools so far. Ariton with a late substitution as Harry and the quarterback's coming in. Look for a little trickeration right here possibly as he's short, but it goes back to 44 and he gets the kickoff down the right side. It's fielded. It's attempted to be fielded. If it was touched, that ball is live. This could be a touchdown, and it is for
Ariton. How about that?
If he'd
there's a flag back here at the 35. Let's see what that is.
We will keep an eye on that, but possibly a major mental error by Dale County there is the player attempted to field another kick inside his 10, and if that ball was touched and made live, then the Ariton recovery inside the end zone results in a touchdown. But there's a penalty flag at the 35-yard line, and this will be a critical call at this juncture in the game, because we're talking about a 2-point game or an 8-point game just based off of this flag, and they're waving it off. So we have a touchdown by Ariton on a
big momentum swing for Ariton there.
A big break, no doubt. Another mental mistake this time by Dale County.
You got to think, is Ariton going to go for 2 here to kind of even it up, or do you think they'll just go for the field goal?
This is one of the situations me and you discussed earlier where due to the quick strike and the quick change of momentum, I would expect that you would have wanted to take advantage of having them on their heels, but we're seeing number 5 placing the tee down, and it looks like they're preparing for an extra point. However, they're going to use some type of swinging gate formation as well. So maybe they have a trick play up their sleeve should they get the numbers as they move the line back into position now. Well, we sure can't complain about the number of big plays here week 1 at Wiregrass Sports.
Absolutely. It's been big play after big play after big play.
They are going to kick this ball off much cleaner. However, we haven't had an indication yet, and now to the delight of the Dale County fans, no good on the extra point. And so
that goes back to what we was talking earlier, special teams,
Definitely playing a huge role. Your special teams just got you 6, but then can't get you the 1. And so we've got a 2-point game here, 19-21. We're early in the game still. 3:55 to go, second quarter. It's 19 to 21. 21 to 19, our score here as we adjust our graphics. It's a 2-point game, 3:55 to go, second quarter. Very, very exciting football. Big plays aplenty. Big plays on special teams. Big plays on offense. Big hits on defense. We've had forced turnovers. We've had mental turnovers. We've had penalties, mistakes on both sides. But a 2-point game here with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter by 2 ranked teams in the Wiregrass. What more could we ask for?
Absolutely. You got a 4A team coming in ranked number 10 and a 2A team ranked number 4. It indicates that both teams should have good seasons.
We apologize for our scoring correction, but the officials actually have the score wrong on the official scoreboard, and I'm sure that our guys are just trying to mimic what they have. So if you'll forgive us, it's actually not our fault on the graphic as we're set to kick off here. Ariton, number 20, had a rough day.
It's curious to see what they'll do right here.
He's had a rough day in the place kicking department, but he's done a good job on the kickoffs, keeping them at bay so far. He's kicking this one to the right. Mishandled again by number 11, and let's see what he can come up with. He tries to shake back to his left, open field. Good pursuit this time, just across the 30. Ariton did a much better job with the misdirection that time of staying in their lanes.
And we see Dale County's offense here again. It's
which is actually, considering the high score of the game, had very, very few offensive plays.
Yeah, it's been big play after big play.
It's
been quick strikes, no doubt.
It has. So we haven't really seen them sustain a drive. 3:43, second quarter here. It's actually 21 to 19 game. Dale County taking over on offense, and we've seen nothing but big plays from them, other than the one big stop by Ariton during their 13-point comeback. Shotgun snap here, a little bit high. There's a little bit of I think the timing was just off a little bit right there. Ariton, several players, number 58, number 69, both in on the tackle. And I tell you, for Ariton to be the smaller team in terms of classification, I don't know that there's a much bigger defensive line in this part of the country. Do you?
They're big. There's no doubt about that.
They definitely have some size up on the defensive front here, and it's causing Dale County, even at 4A, some problems. So we got a quick pass to the left. Got some running room. He's cutting back to midfield. He's cutting all the way across and picking up some blocks. Number 4 near sideline gets a big block by number 5, and he actually slips on the turf. Ariton was in position, but up near midfield, and a big gainer for a nice Dale County first down. He brought that all the way back across the field, and we got some laundry on the field. We're going to have a conversation here. Penalty flag down right at the 45-yard line.
It appears the Dale County fans are a little upset.
They are. We're on the Dale County sideline, and they didn't like the call, but we can see Dale County backing up, and we're waiting on the indication.
It indicates that they're indicating the crackback again.
Personal foul, another crackback block on Dale County. That's their second of the game.
That's one thing that the state's really wanting to clean up this year. Is the crackback block. And rightfully so for player safety. A defenseless player. It can be dangerous.
And I agree with you 100%, Anthony. I think I'd like to defend their player in this instance, that the change of direction led to the defenseless player.
I agree.
More so than it wasn't coached.
He couldn't stop his momentum.
Exactly. We got a handoff on the left-hand side. Number 17 breaking tackles, his big gainer across right near the 45-yard line, and takes 2 Purple Cats to get him out of bounds. And
that appears it'll move the chain.
He got all that penalty yardage back and then some, and it's going to be a first down for Dale County close to midfield.
Number 58 for Ariton, Matthew Spencer in on the play as a defensive lineman. A lot of people don't know that he also starts on the offensive line.
Dale County up to the line quickly here. Yeah. Ariton
like they want to go quick.
They're a little slow to adjust as time becoming a factor here. Under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Now they slow it down, look to the sideline for a check with me situation to the Ariton coaching staff, or Dale County coaching staff, rather. They've got the play. Looks like they are making some type of change at the line. Handoff, left-hand side. Through the first line, but not much. Big number 69 there.
That's Ethan Capel in on the play.
Ethan Capel with a solid
tackle.
Gain of only 2 or 3, and not much support right behind him.
No.
So he probably saved
a big gain.
As much as 10 yards there. That's his second big play in 2 or 3 plays. Dale County checking with the sideline. Their coach signaling in the play. 2:12 and counting here. Second down and 8. Just shy of the 50-yard line. We've got a man in motion towards the near side. A slow high snap. The quarterback's going to keep it. He turns it upfield, but number 18 for Ariton there, he stopped that play, before it had a chance to get started. Great pursuit, backside pursuit by him. That's going to be 18. Spencer.
Yeah.
What a great play. Small in stature, but a big play there to stop an athletic quarterback on a design run play by Dale County.
It brings up a 3rd and 5 versus a 3rd and 3 or a 3rd and 2.
Or possibly touchdown with Dale County's offense this year. You don't want to see him get
they
loose.
got big play potential.
All right, another high, slow snap. Pass play. He's throwing it. Got a man. Caught. 40-yard line. Breaks the tackle. Headed to the midfield. Another missed tackle. Down the sideline. Oh!
He trips and fumbles.
He trips and falls. Now, did they rule that the ground caused that fumble, which it looks like they have? He tripped up on his own, was not hit by an Ariton player, but lost the ball on the way down. And fortunately for him, with a minute and 11 to go, they retained possession. Could have been a touchdown.
Absolutely.
After a couple missed tackles by Ariton.
And we just talked about the big play potential.
Well, that 3rd and 5 went for way more than 5. Almost a red zone opportunity here. They won't let you have the yardage of where that ball advanced. So the ball's going to be spotted, it looks like the 24-yard line of Ariton here with a minute and 11 seconds to go. And this is going to be a big series, too. We're going to stay with you through the timeout. Big series on defense for Ariton to keep within 2 here. You don't want to let it go down 9. You don't want this to turn into 2-possession game right before halftime, even though you've overcame a 13-point deficit already.
And Dale County gets the ball to start the half here. It's a big possession here.
Coaches talk a lot about the first and last 4 minutes of each half, and this is a critical situation that we've got here.
A stop here for Ariton would be huge.
Well, and hold them to a field goal would be huge.
Absolutely.
But if you're Dale County, do you even consider not giving them a chance to strike back here with only a minute 11, or do you score as quickly as you can and let the cards fall where they may? Clock moving here after the chains are set on first down. Shotgun snap, handoff, cut back to the right. Plenty of room across the 20, and a couple Purple Cats dragging down around the 15, 14-yard line. Tackling up high, if that was not one of the smaller running backs for Dale County, that was not sure tackling there, but a great job to get him down. And the clock's moving. Clock's moving under 40 seconds, 37 seconds, and there's going to be a timeout. Looks like we may have to have a measurement here. Could be 3rd and inches or could be first down.
I think Ariton may have a player banged up. I see some coaches coming on the field.
And that's number 69, who we bragged about many times this drive.
Yeah, he's been instrumental on the drive.
He takes up a lot of space in the middle for Ariton's D-line, and he's been causing trouble on both sides, yes.
It appears he's back on his feet now, so maybe he's just a little shaken up.
I apologize. We're blocked away from where that player was down. But if you look at across the sideline at the yardage marker, it is literally inches from a first down right here. So
yeah, it's 3rd and extremely short.
Half a yard at best from our vantage point. 35 seconds here. So if you don't get the first down here, or if you do rather, but don't score, the clock actually becomes a factor. Many people probably, when I was talking about milking a little of the clock earlier, didn't think it was that big a deal. But in high school football, with the clock, running on all the running plays, any tackle in bounds, but stopping for first downs, could become a factor here. And clock management early in the season could give all of us headaches.
Agreed. So
now it looks like we're going to have a measurement.
Yeah.
So. Sometimes I hate when I'm right, but we are, after all that, going to take a look and see how far.
And I got to tell you, it appears it's going to be extremely close.
I think it's going to be a little short, but the team on offense has the right to call for a measurement in this situation to see what they need and make their decision a little bit easier on what type of play they want to run. And definitely 4-down territory, I'm thinking right here if you're Dale County.
Gotta be.
They're pulling the sticks. The Dale County players are.
They're going to call it a
first down. So that eliminates that from the scenario. Ball just inside the 15-yard line. We'll call it the 14.5-yard line. it's effectively first down and goal for Dale County, because nothing short of a touchdown right here is going to matter with 35 seconds to go.
And as we've seen, they got the big play potential.
And let's see if Ariton's defense can make a stand here in the red zone. They've made some big plays in the red zone on the other side, so let's see if they can do it on defense. Another high snap, but we fielded it and makes him throw to the right sideline. He's got a man down that way. He tried at a one-handed catch, but out of the hands, just out of the reach of the wide receiver.
That was defended great
Very
right
well
there.
And a good throw by the quarterback on first down. He threw it to where only his guy could catch it. It was a hair long and a one-handed chance by the wide receiver there. But no harm, no foul. 25 seconds here. Second and 10 from the 14. Very well played by both teams, I thought, on that play. You don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to make a turnover as a quarterback down here with 3 plays left. So I have no problem with that throw.
Great effort by the wide receiver, trying to make the catch, and great job by the DB trying to knock it down.
Great coverage. So shotgun formation again. Another high, slow snap, which actually messes up the timing a little bit. And he's going to be corralled, not get much yardage. He may be close to the 10, but the clock's running here, and Dale County's going to have to make a decision whether to hustle to the line and try to run a play, which they appear to be doing. 10 seconds now on the clock. They're going to run it, and they spike it with 7 point. Hard to say what the clock may have ended up with 6.8 seconds here. We'll see if that gets adjusted any, but now that was third down. So
it brings up a fourth down.
And, maybe it doesn't matter.
Big decision.
Maybe it doesn't matter with only 6 seconds, but this is a score or die play here.
Right.
So I'm not sure.
With a 2-point lead.
Apparently they were out of timeouts, even though I don't remember them taking that many. I don't like the decision right there. And now it looks like they're actually going to try a field goal. They're not even going to attempt to get the
they're going to try to stretch it to 5, and they get the ball to open up the half. And obviously they feel good about the way their offense has moved the ball.
I wouldn't argue that one bit, and obviously they've made some great plays. But even if you give up the field goal here, Ariton's got to feel really good as the kick is up and looks good. Very good kick in the first field goal.
And it's good.
Yeah, great job by Dale County.
That stretches the lead to 5, and as we said, Dale County gets the ball to open the second half.
But, again, you got to pat both teams on the back right there.
It's a win for Ariton. They held them to 3 when it could have been, 7.
I think it is. If you tell Ariton with a minute to go, once they get the first down there at the 14.5-yard line, that we're only going to give away 3, they probably take that deal 9 times out of 10.
I would agree.
Especially like you say.
There's 6.3 seconds left on the clock, and it appears Dale County's going to kick off. And the way we've seen the big plays, who knows what could happen here.
Well, we've seen a kickoff return already for a touchdown in this game, so we have some disgruntled fans close to our press box. So if you're hearing anything that they're saying, we apologize. There's a frustrated member in our vicinity, and the officials in our box may be addressing that at some point soon.
Yeah, I would agree. He's probably a little hot-headed right now.
So forgive us if you're overhearing what's happening above us. That is not our fault. All right, the clock has been adjusted to 5.7 seconds here. Dale County to kick, and 5-point game, very exciting matchup. 2 ranked teams that have played very hard. I think both teams have got to be okay to look themselves in the mirror and be happy with where they're at, but both teams know that they've got a lot to improve upon on the second half.
Right.
From a turnover perspective.
Ariton coming out and going down 13-0 and then fighting back. Now it's 19-24. They got to feel good, about what they've been able to accomplish.
We've definitely got a football game on our hands.
Absolutely.
For the second half, so don't turn away. All right, the kick's in the air. Kind of a wobbly kick. It's going to be fielded around the 10-yard line. Pretty good blocking up the middle. Not really much doing there as Ariton looks content to take it into halftime. Well, we'll be back to start your second half. 24-19, Dale County leading Ariton High School here, live from Ariton. Enjoy your halftime. You're watching Wiregrass Sports Network.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
Welcome back live, guys, to Wiregrass Sports here. We're going to be watching some of the halftime show. This is actually second year ever of Ariton having a band. This is our pep band, so we're going to get to see some of them. And we're going to be going over some of the local scores. We finally have our bottom line ticker up. New Brockton down 35-3 at halftime. Strawn down 30-0 over Headland. Eufaula looks like a 3-0 low scoring game there against Early County. So as we watch and listen to Ariton's pep band, we're going to be watching these scores.
I think this is actually Dale County's band.
May have misspoken. They do get to go first. So the Warrior band said to perform.
Houston Academy's got a 21-0 lead on Zion at half, and Florella's up 30-0 over St. Michael's Catholic at half, and Saraland up big on an Andalusia team that hey, everybody was thinking was the real deal.
They have the new stadium there with the AstroTurf there in Andalusia.
Geneva County up 28-13 at half over Sampson. You got Glenwood up 6-3 in the second quarter on Lakeside. That looks like it's a good game.
Carroll, one of the teams we mentioned here in County.
Another Dale County school. Carroll up 14-6.
T. Washington, close game there. Wicksburg, possibly a surprise.
Elba 1A,
Elba down to
up
1A.
21-7. Everybody questioned how they was going to adjust.
21-7. Pike Liberal Arts looking to, make
it 2-0.
That's right. They had a huge overtime win last week. We were happy to have their coach on the show.
We got Long and Slocum tied in the first quarter.
No score reported yet between GW Long and Slocum. We'll try to confirm that that's accurate as quick as we can. These scores provided us through a website.
You got Cottage Hill Christian and Florala. We don't have a.
Well, those are you're going to see. You're going to see some.
I'm assuming they're in a jamboree.
Well, and what you're going to see, some of these scores are future schedule.
Future schedule.
We're proud to have this service that updates automatically for us, and we appreciate everything they do to get you guys these scores. Charles Henderson, only a 7-0 lead in the third quarter at Pike County. I'm sure a lot of our listeners
Pike County showdown. A lot of people look forward to that.
That's a huge rivalry every year. I'm sure. Look at the high-scoring game. Enterprise 44-21 over Dothan, and that is a final. They actually played last night, so not as surprising now to see the score. But Enterprise will be on our telecast next week as Charles Henderson travels to Enterprise to play the Wildcats. We'll have that game live for you here on Wiregrass Sports. Abbeville Christian 7-6 final. That's also a game that was played last night. The Charles Henderson Pike County game, I'll be honest with you,
Hey, I'm surprised, but Fred Hollis really got Pike County, back up speed, and they're playing good ball.
That game's in Pike County, and they're obviously playing some inspired football there. And the Bulldogs keeping that game very close, 7-0.
And we all know there's no love lost between those two schools.
Brantley, Highland Home, those are two Crenshaw County schools, pretty close down the road. Brantley 7-10, trailing by 3 in that one. Ashford 14-0 lead over Rehoboth right now. That game's in the third quarter. Northview, a game that we're going to have on our telecast later in the season.
27-0.
27-0 over Southside. We're going to have Northview versus Dothan later in the season, so we look forward to
another rivalry game.
Yes, absolutely, a big rivalry game, which is what we're going to try to bring all season long here to Wiregrass Sports. So keep tuning in every week, as we're going to be covering every team in the Wiregrass, but over 20 different teams on our live telecast. As you hear, give an ovation here to the Dale County band.
Right.
What a performance here, and they're performing to their crowd facing us, and
if you're just joining us, Dale County's up 24-19 over Ariton at half, and they get the ball to start the second half, and it's really been a back and forth, quick play, quick strike kind of game thus far.
It has, and just a couple quick staffs, and we got to give a little credit here to the messenger, but we've got a 1 yard run by number 17, and we're looking at Peavy with 9 attempts for 63 yards and 2 touchdowns. Blair with 8 attempts and 35 yards. We've got a field goal. We've had a lot of different ways of scoring. Mostly been done by big plays from Dale County, and some solid ball movement by Ariton, only stopped mostly by themselves through turnovers and through penalties.
If you look back, Dale County scored on 3 plays. The first 2 was from the line of scrimmage, and then they had the long kick return. And then they had a really good drive going right before half, and
that was probably their most sustained drive.
Right.
And
Dale County gets the ball to come in the second half. It's kind of interesting to see what they do on offense, to open the half.
Again, both coaches, plenty to correct in the locker room, but also plenty to hang their hat on positively. And the most impressive thing that I've seen by either school is the players that are making the mistakes are bouncing back.
Absolutely.
We've seen that on each side, and I couldn't be more impressed with the composure of these players in the first week. The penalties that we have had, the crack block, it's a personal foul, but these have not been unsportsmanlike. One of them was on a change of direction play, clearly unintentional.
Took it into
it was not the same as a crackback block in terms of it was not a design play call, a
chop
block. It wasn't a chop block.
Yeah,
no,
the kid wasn't head hunting.
Absolutely not. And we got to give the officials credit. It's been well organized, well played. We've had a couple confusing situations, but again, it's their first game.
And as we said, 24-19. There's been a lot of mistakes made. But both teams are really, really still playing hard, and still seem to be condition-wise, right in the mix of things.
I haven't seen that be a factor. If it's been a factor, it's only been a factor mentally. It's not been a factor
and
physically.
Early on conditioning means a lot to a team early on.
Well, then the scary thing, if you're in either one of these teams' division or in their own area, is both of these teams have a lot of potential. As evidenced by their number 4 ranking and number 10 ranking respectively.
Right. Ariton's playing up. And playing a 4A team, and Dale County playing down, but they're playing one of the better rivalry game and one of the better 2A teams. So it's going to be a great measuring stick for both teams, and both teams thing they can take away to this point is hey, we got some things we got to clean up, but we're there. We clean them things up, and we can take the next step. And I'm excited for both teams going forward.
I'm sure Dale County's defense is very much appreciating this break, as we know that at least, without a doubt, they spent 2/3 of the first half on the field
easily.
Without a doubt, we don't have those official numbers, but I would guarantee that they spent at least 2/3 of the game on the field
easily.
The Ariton has got to clean up penalties, and they've got to clean up special teams, and those are areas that you almost expect Dale County to have the advantage on with the size differential,
and knowing both coaches, I'm sure they're addressing this right now.
It's good to see Ariton's quarterback here. He came back after being shaken up a little bit. He's made a couple nice throws since then. He has made a play on defense. The couple Dale County players that we've seen tended to, those both seem to be minor injuries, and they've returned to the field.
Both quarterbacks for both teams to this point have really played well.
Absolutely.
For the most part.
Absolutely. I tell you something that I'm paying attention to, and I'm sure the Ariton coaching staff is as well. But now Dale County's shotgun snap is slow and
it's
high,
a little high,
and it's messing up the timing between a lot of the handoff and play fake.
It'd be curious to see if they put any blitz packages in the second half of that.
And I think the only reason that they have it so far is because they're having to kind of stay at home because of the big strike ability from Dale County.
Dale County's got a lot of speed,
no doubt.
And when they get the corner, they can take it the distance.
I think, but with that being said, both teams, and you got to give Ariton a lot of credit on offense of how they've mixed it up, everything from a wing look to a 4-wide no back look themselves to they're not afraid to try anything. They had set up a screen pass late in their last drive. It didn't quite work, but I like the play call. I like mixing in the fullback enough to keep them honest on number 5.
I think we have Ariton's cheerleaders taking the field now.
That's right.
That was a great performance by Dale County's band.
Dale County's band with a very nice performance, and our graphics got it blocked. But if you can hear in the background, we're having the Ariton cheerleaders announced, and we here at Wiregrass Sports, obviously we're covering the football game, but we want a lot of recognition going out to all the student athletes,
right?
And
all involved. It's a lot of work year round to put
so
product out. It ain't just the players. It's the cheerleaders, the coaches,
the band, the concession stands, the officials,
the band directors that take time. And
all your athletic club members and people that help raise this money.
Absolutely, there's a lot goes on.
Obviously,
behind
the Alabama State Athletic Association, who's sanctioning this broadcast, they do a lot for the game and leveling the playing field as best they can. Now that when we have 7 different divisions compared to 6 when we played, a lot of things are being done to ensure the safety of these games, the fairness of these games, and we're doing more than just playing a game out here. We're developing young men, young women.
Right.
We're developing adults, and we're developing future leaders of our country in all these organizations.
And something else that we talked about earlier that I kind of want to hit back on again is the officiating has been good.
Right. Despite all the penalties, the game has flowed.
It's flowed. They have, the officials are, they got a lot of pressure on them. And,
absolutely.
And to do the job they're doing, and we it's just great.
2 weeks ago at our Tuesday night show, you guys turn into Wiregrass Sports every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock as we have a live preview show. We talk, with coaches from the upcoming weeks. We talk to coaches from the previous weeks, but our first show of the year, we had John Hudson, who's the South Central Regional. He's the booking agent for the officials, and he spoke to what a shortage of officials that we have. And it's to the point that if it gets any worse over the next couple of years, they're actually going to have to start scheduling more Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday games just to be able to spread out the games to where we have the officials to cover them. Right. So, as much as we would love to have the best officials at every single game every week, that's not a reality. So I think the crew, despite their first game and some of their jitters and their own mistakes, I think they've done an excellent job.
It's an adjustment period for
absolutely.
them too. And this is the first game for them, for a lot of them.
And these guys don't live together and practice together every week like some of these football teams, so they're learning each other as well. And we're up here in the booth with the officials, and we know what a job they're trying to do to keep the clock and scoreboard and relay the communication systems of these guys on the field. And we can assure you that they really do a great job and the best job they can to first and foremost keep these kids safe and bring fair football to the Wiregrass.
And if there's anybody out there that's kind of having thoughts about getting into officiating,
please check out the Wiregrass Sports Facebook page.
Check it out, because
there's a link.
The officials help mold kids too.
There's a link on the show from 2 weeks ago with the telephone number of how to get started, and it's not too late this season, to get involved with officiating.
And another thing we discussed earlier is, man, it is a packed house here tonight.
Absolutely, great crowd, and nobody's going anywhere at halftime, no doubt. 5-point game. Lots of exciting football, lots of big plays,
and
lots of big hits.
We expected it. 2 ranked teams.
We did.
Inter-county rivalry.
We hoped for it. We really didn't know what to expect for 2 teams that never played
and to this point
against one another.
We've gotten football.
Gotten great football, and no reason to think that we won't have an exciting second half.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burris Gracie today.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in Southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
All right, and welcome back to Wiregrass Sports. A little under 2 minutes to go before we kick off the second half. Both teams coming back onto the field. See what the early adjustments are.
It's going to be critical to see them early on. You know, I'm sure both teams, you know, got some things that they wish they could have got done in the first half, and we're probably going to see them in the second half. You know,
you know, the adjustments and then the adjustments to the adjustments. Going to definitely be the early theme between two apparently evenly matched teams here.
You know, if the first half was any indication, we're in for some really good football to finish this thing out.
I have to admit, I'm definitely excited for the second half. Both teams stretching, getting ready to go. We're under a minute on the game clock here as the second half action going to be underway here very shortly. Working through a couple audio. There we go. Maybe that'll right there. All right, we're back. So welcome back. Those of you just tuning in to Wiregrass Sports coverage of high school football. This is our first of 12 straight weeks with local action. We got number 10 ranked Dale County High School, 24. Number 4, Ariton High School, 19. Great first half, lots of action.
You know, it was a lot of up and down and back and forth, and it was exciting football. And what could you ask more for on week 1?
I tell you, after 2 one-play drive, scores for Dale County to go out 13-0, you really have to.
Yeah, it looked like Ariton was going to be in a little bit of trouble there.
We were starting to worry this one might get away from them, but they fought back, actually tied the game, and then on the ensuing kickoff, a 13-13 game, Ariton goes back up 6.
I mean, absolutely. You got to credit
Dale
Ariton's kids here. They never gave up. They kept fighting, and we got a 5-point game.
We got a little clock issue going on with the game clock, and our guys are apparently. I think I've just figured that out myself, but we're apparently tied in now to the game scoreboard, and so we're gonna have to run this clock down. The officials are, to be able to get the proper start of 12 minutes on the clock. We're fighting a couple technical issues ourselves up in the booth, and so once I get that adjusted, we'll try to get it locked into place for you. Hopefully we've got it fixed now. So we're just letting the game clock run down to 2, and then hopefully add 10 minutes back to that. Some of the behind the scenes look here of what we deal with trying to get these games going. Week 1, again, everybody's making mistakes. I know we've made a lot of mistakes tonight, myself and Anthony included. And
it's been a pleasure for y'all having me on the show.
Next week, Charles Henderson Enterprise, we plan to do the same thing, and we're going to have a lot of big rivalry games this season. Luverne and Brantley, Elba and Brantley, Enterprise, Charles Henderson's a rivalry. They were the same size at one time. Now Enterprise quite a bit bigger, but
I think Enterprise is pretty much outgrew the Wiregrass.
Ariton will have another big rivalry game late in the season when they play long. You're gonna have a Northview Dothan. A lot of those guys are big rivals, and a lot of college talent on the field at that game.
The Northview Dothan game it's one of them historic rivals. It's been a rival since the two schools were built, and a lot of talent in the city of Dothan. Dothan's a big city,
and speaking of talent, and something that I meant to mention earlier, and we talked about it. There's a lot of combinations or connections between these two schools to have never played one another. We're not going to get into specifics on some of the coaching staffs and in the school system, but a lot of people that graduated from Ariton work for Dale County now, and vice versa. There's a lot of that on the field tonight, and these two teams, they're competitors tonight, but they may end up being teammates next year. Seth Calloway from Ariton and Jamarius Henderson of Dale County, they're now teammates at Troy.
They were teammates at Troy last year. Seth has graduated, but all of us locals, we want Troy to be successful.
Absolutely.
And we hope for, Jamarius Henderson to have a big year.
So these fans,
with the Trojans this year.
These fans tonight that are rooting against one another, they may be supporting players on each sideline as they become teammates for Troy and even larger schools in years to come.
You talk big picture, how big is it for Troy to have Boise State at home first game?
It's a huge game, a ranked team. Troy recently having its first ranking in school history, speaking of the Wiregrass. And
anybody that's able needs to be there. That's –
it'll
be a great game.
It'll be a sellout crowd.
Game. Troy's got the new facilities up and running, and the additions, and
no doubt they have one of the hottest coaches.
They look great.
They have one of the hottest coaches in all of college football.
Yeah, Neil Brown's done a great job.
He has, and
Neil Brown's done a great job of recruiting local kids.
Lots of energy around that program, and they get more fair share mention among Auburn and Alabama than probably a lot of people would have expected. We're still, our officials, Dry Rider, are still trying to get the game clock situated, so we apologize for the delay here. We're trying to keep you entertained while we get ready for the second half kickoff. Dale County won the opening coin toss. They deferred to the second half. Ariton, of course, chose then to get the ball to lead off the first half, so they'll be kicking deep here. And we've already seen one Dale County kick return for a touchdown, so hopefully Ariton's kickoff game will.
I don't feel like they'll be kicking to him again tonight.
We'll see if they try to defend it with a directional kick or just with better coverage. All right, we're underway. The referee signaling the play. Number 20 for Ariton set to kick deep. Kick right side. Fielded. Number 4 coming towards the near sideline. He's looking for a crease, and he's got one. Patiently awaited some blocks. crosses midfield, lowers his shoulder, a big hit.
Absolutely great for the kicker to stick his head in there and slow him down. You know, if the kicker don't do that, he may be gone.
If he doesn't slow him down, you know, that could have been another touchdown. But what a great job by number 4 for Dale County.
And we know kickers don't get to see much contact. So
that's right.
He was probably
great.
Probably looking forward to that.
Touchdown, saving tackle, and we got to give David Andrews a lot of credit for Dale County.
Absolutely.
How patiently did he wait down that sideline to set up his blocks to get that crease to turn that ball upfield. So Dale County not wasting any time. Got the ball on the 30, looks like the 36, 37 yard line.
They're back in the 3 wide single back, you know, shotgun formation.
Shotgun formation here. Looks like they've worked on the snap a little bit. Good handoff.
Missed tackle
in the back. Missed tackle in the background, but a good play. Good play by 17. Although I'm afraid
it's an accidental face mask.
I'm afraid he got him by the face mask, and probably going to be a first down. But
you know, Peavy missed a big play right there. But he's been in on so many.
Had a chance to stop him in the backfield, but you got to give the other kid credit too.
No doubt,
he's a great player, and great
move.
Great move by the running back to get away from Peavy.
You know, he had to be thinking quick.
So, you know, unfortunately, the first halftime adjustment that I'm seeing is still having penalties for Ariton right here. Although, you know, you got to do whatever you can.
Well, they're indicating face mask on Dale County.
So maybe it started off as a stiff. Maybe the stiff arm started off, but I believe we may have had a mistake by the referee though, Anthony.
I agree. I agree.
I'm still nope. They're marching it off.
They're marking Dale County off.
You don't get a lot of love from the sideline that our press box is on here for that call, but we saw it, and it turns out that the original face mask was by the runner, and
you know, things happen fast.
You can't face mask either.
It was an accident from both sides.
Absolutely. But good call by the official.
You know, it very easily could have been offsetting.
Looks like we're going to be dealing now with first and about 15. Dale County now back closer to midfield, inside the 40 now.
And when we talk about the running game, number 15, Avery Beasley, I mean, he has just been
quick throw to the left.
Great blocking.
Another chance to stop him early was a Dale County player down, but great pursuit. Number 16 leads the charge there.
I think he'll end up losing another 4 or 5 yards.
Number 18, beg your pardon, and number 11 for Ariton. Two big players. That's Troy Hicks, number 11. There was one of the ones there to finish him off, and great backside pursuit there by Ariton on defense. You know, you mentioned their running game is Dale County's number 72.
And number 18,
that's
Landon
Nate Curry.
Ariton, you know, another sophomore, another young kid.
Nate Curry shaking up there a little bit for the Warriors, but he just nods to the athletic trainer that he's okay, and that's a good sign. We expect him back in a play or two. But back to their running game, other than the big quarterback sweep when they were 3 wide, they've really relied on the passing game for the most part for their success on offense on the big plays.
Agreed.
So we've got a 2nd and 20 here. Maybe more, maybe 2nd and 25. Number 1's in motion to the top of the field, and they're going to hand it off on the sweep. They're going to give it to him, and he's got room down the left side and turns the corner. Pretty big hit, but now he's going to be near first down yardage, only 2 or 3 yards short, and you know, you really hate to see a big chunk given up right there after having them so far back there on 2nd down. But
I agree. It alludes back to the speed that Dale County has. You know, it's really giving Ariton some trouble.
That was a huge gain there. Big third down right here. Can Ariton rise to the challenge like they have many times? Believe it or not, in the short yardage game, their big plays are what's giving them a hard time. So can their defense stiffen?
Right. Dale County deep in Ariton's territory, you got to be thinking it's 4-down territory.
So they do hand it off. He makes it through the first line. Appears to have first down yardage. The officials signaling, you know, for a stop real quick, and they are moving the chain. So first down Dale County here as they move deeper into Ariton territory. That ball spotted inside the 30 now on about the 26-yard line. 10-16 clock running here. Early third quarter action. Dale County received the opening kickoff, and they're driving. Started this drive across midfield and continue to move deeper into Ariton territory. Shotgun snap. Got a little motion here as another second flag comes in on the far sideline, but we think that may be the first dead ball penalty to go against Dale County this half.
If it ain't the first, there ain't been many.
Well, I said half, but there hadn't been many all game, to your point. But indeed, it was a procedure penalty, and that's going to bring up 1st and 15. So let's see now how they affect a little adversity being behind the chains,
Right.
shooting themselves in the foot a little bit.
Right. You know, and that goes back, you know, the first half, Dale County's offense was so explosive. You know, there wasn't many drives.
That's right. They didn't have to line up consistently. And, you know, maybe the little break, they broke a little concentration at halftime, so maybe it'll take them a drive or two to get back focused here as we see a mental area early in the second half. Shotgun snap, got a throw, and that one might have slipped out of his hands, a little down and away there. Had a man open, but also decent coverage there by number 2, by Ariton.
And he had a little pressure on him that time on the corner by number 17, and I think that's going to be Keanu Wiggins.
Maybe he didn't quite get the grip because that one kind of sailed on him a little bit. All right, so a 2nd and 15. Key play here. You don't have to get it all, but you need to, you know, 3rd down and manageable has been a story in this game. So interested to see, do they continue to go for the big plays, which we've seen them do, or do they
with the
try
big
to get
play
a chunk
potential,
of it?
you know, they're never out of reach.
That's right. Got a man in motion towards us. A little sweep around the end. Number 4 here, but nowhere to go. Number 11.
He's brought down by
number 11 and number 5.
And Peavy.
Hicks and Peavy.
In the backfield.
Constantly making big plays for Ariton on defense, and that play.
Looks like he may have lost another 5 or 6 there.
There's no doubt a big loss, and 3rd and long here for Dale County, and a much needed series of defensive stops strung together here by Ariton. Can they get one more?
Right, and you know, another thing here is, you know, it kind of takes the 4-down territory out of play here. You know,
right. It's not a given that you want to turn the ball over to you know, a successful Ariton offense at this point on the field. So your playbook does change here.
Right.
Especially in a 5-point game, you gotta take a lot more into account. Number 1 in motion, going to the top of the screen. No backs now as he looks to throw. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man down that way, but well covered. Oh, we've got a flag. That ball, to me, doesn't look catchable, so I'm interested to see what the call. Maybe he possibly got held before that point. 2 to 3, you know, Purple Cats in coverage.
You know, and it's still 3rd and a long, probably 25.
If it's holding, you may not have an automatic first down, but if it's pass interference, the yardage is not going to be relevant. And you can see the dejection on a couple of the Purple Cats' face here, as this apparently is going to go against them. You know, not our job to discuss what they saw there. So a long 3rd down right there may be converted into a first down via the flag. And that is the indication, much to the delight of the crowd on our sideline. So very big call right there.
And now to bring up a 3rd and 11.
Apparently it's not, you know, doesn't provide the automatic first down. So
and provided, you know, what they may get
yardage,
here, you know, if they get chunk yardage, it may be 4-down territory still.
So we got a 3rd and long, quarterback in a sort of a pistol shotgun with 2 backs. They actually look like they may have tried to draw him offside, and now they look to the sideline for a check with me situation. Let's see if the coach apparently has shown the play. The quarterback looking at his wristband and relaying the call to his teammates. He's got the snap, looking to his right. He lets it go. He's got a man down that way that is open and cannot make the catch just out of the end zone. What a great effort. And through the outstretched hands of number 13. Number 13 is Tanner Mathis there. We've called his name a couple times tonight, and he actually plays linebacker as well. And you know, had a chance there, but like so many great plays, which is a great thing that we're seeing here.
You know, he's had a great game on both sides of the ball tonight.
And a good throw by the quarterback, good coverage. Just, you know, everybody was right where they were supposed to be, and that play went Ariton's way. So we're going to have a 4th down here.
It appears they're going to try a field goal.
Well, an 8-point game right here would make a lot of difference. So this is an important kick here. 8:25 to go in 3rd quarter, and looks like both sides are going to take a second to think about it. We're going to take a quick commercial break, message from our sponsors, and we'll be right back for this 4th down.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burris Gracie today.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in Southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
All right, we're back to live action here. Dale County is getting set to kick a 36-yard field goal here. Got the hold down, and the kick is up and away, and it's got plenty of leg and looks to be off of the upright, but good. That ball hit the center of the upright.
Hey, that was a great kick right there.
That's quite a long kick by a high school kicker of any caliber. Very important kick in this game to make it an 8-point game. It hit the goalpost, but had just enough momentum that it hit the right side.
You still got to think that's kind of a win for Ariton. They was threatening to score there at one point and to hold them to 3. And
both teams probably leave that possession with a little momentum on their side.
Right.
But a good job by Dale County to take the opening kickoff and put points on the board.
36-yard field goal. That's great.
Off the upright. So,
right.
To go with the theme of this game, very, very exciting.
It has definitely been a wild game.
So 27-19, your score, 8:18 to go here, third quarter. We're in Ariton. Dale County getting set to kick it off to Ariton. It'll be Ariton's first drive of the second half. Interested to see what type of adjustments they've made. They've been extremely diverse on offense. Everything from the wing to 4 wides to, some wildcat. So if nothing else, they've had to keep Dale County off balance. And
right. It's kind of interesting to see what adjustments they made at halftime and see if maybe the coach has seen something and how they adjust to it.
So we got number 90 in to kick. Got a low line drive. It's fielded cleanly by number 5. He heads to the right side, looking for a block and gets the block. Now he's got some room down the right sideline, and pretty good lick by Dale County there as he's about the 35-yard line, but a good return and good field position for Ariton to set up shop for their first drive of the second half.
And we got some laundry on the field. There's a flag.
I see that. Flag down around the 25-yard line. Usually, we hate to speculate, but usually in these situations there's a block in the back or a hold on the return team, and this is actually our first penalty on a kickoff. And we will mention to you again that there's a new rule this year in high school football to where teams have the option to either take the yardage or for or against in a dead ball situation instead of a re-kick. It will improve the pace of play a little bit, but most importantly, it'll keep our players safe, as the large percentage of our injuries are in the kicking game in regards to concussions and major injuries.
The call was clipping on Ariton.
So, we've seen a few of those tonight, and it's just these change of directions are unpredictable.
Right, and Ariton, they had it at the 35, and now it's back at the 15.
Looks to be just inside the 15, and
it's really critical to get a sustained drive and get it out of their own territory here.
Definitely a long way to go, but hopefully they're fresh after a halftime break, but we'll definitely be paying emphasis late in this game about Dale County's defense, and the amount of time that they continue to spend on the field. So let's see what Ariton can do. Hopefully, they can at least get a few first downs and flip some of this field position. So they start off in the shotgun. Looks like a quarterback power. He's up the middle and through the first line. Is going to get a few yards. Tough yards.
A little wildcat action there with Peavy taking the snap.
Direct snap, yep. Actually wasn't the true quarterback in that position, but old wildcat, but Arkansas Razorback-esque. Their quarterback power. Solid play on first down. Brings up about second and 7, maybe second and 6 here. And it looks like Herron's back in their center, or behind the center now. Actually,
I think it's Peavy, and it's a direct snap to Peavy again.
He's going to take it around the right,
and he's got room
this time. He's got one man to beat, and he makes him miss. But credit there to the Dale County defender to slow him down just enough that the cavalry
was great.
Great job, and that's another. Even though that was a great play by Ariton, great first down. That shows the Dale County speed that we've been commenting about all night. He went from one man to beat to corralled in just a short time, but a great play. Great play.
Second level is just
great play.
Really quick.
Great play by Ariton out of the Wildcat, and a big first down. And as they're up near the 40-yard line here and back into the field position they need for this drive. He's got it again, right up the middle, and almost comes out the other end right there. Look at the pile move for Ariton. I'm very impressed. 2A versus 4A.
Great push there. Great push.
I'm very impressed with the line play. I know Coach Gilcrease, when he spoke on our show, and when I would try to talk about the quarterback, or when I would try to talk about replacing the running back, he would harp on the big fellas. And
the big guys never get the credit they deserve.
Well, they've held their own tonight, especially against bigger competition, higher classification, and those guys have not been outmatched often tonight. All right, 2nd and 4 here. He's got it again, looking up the middle. He tries to bounce it to the outside, but not a whole lot going on right there.
Looks like he'll pick up 1, maybe 2 on that play. And
gotta give a couple shout-outs right here. Number 5 for Dale County. That's Demarius Jenkins. Not only did he make the tackle, but we got to point out some great sportsmanship there. Demarius, the first person to help the running back up off the pile.
Absolutely.
And these guys know each other. They're in the same restaurants. They're competing against each other in rec leagues. And good sportsmanship there by both sides. Good to see. He's got it again, going around right edge.
He's got room. Peavy's in the open field.
He may not be caught. He's gone. One man to beat. Can number 8 catch him? He dives, but touchdown, Ariton. We have got a ball game again.
I know we've called his name a lot tonight, but man, he is special.
Well, you got Ariton for the, I can't count now. I'm losing count whether it's the option play being successful. Hold the phone, folks. We have got a flag on the field. So this touchdown may very well be coming back. There's a flag down. Hold the phone. And it's going to be a hold against Ariton.
That goes back to the first half, Penalties.
But I tell you this, even despite that play coming back, they just showed their first big play of the night.
Right.
And they've got a guy willing to show his taillights too there. And to the point that we were alluding to before this penalty gets marked off here. And the good news is for Ariton is it's a spot foul. So it's not going to be catastrophic, as they won't lose all that yardage, from the previous play.
Right. It was 3rd and 3, and now I think it's a 3rd and 4.
It's not catastrophic yardage wise, but obviously it is catastrophic in terms of taking the points off of the board. But you mentioned, going to the well, and whether it was the option play early in the game, whether it was the quick pass game, the one
They've
series.
Definitely been to the well on this series.
They have handed it to number 5 every single play, and 4 set this time finally to take the snap, and he's got it now. He's going to run up the middle. Not much, but a gain of a couple.
This brings up a 4th and really short,
Right at midfield.
The success that Dale County's offense has, does this make Coach Gilcrease have to make a decision here?
I don't feel like you can give many possessions away, but at the same time, you don't want, as you see some of the Dale County subs coming to the sideline, as they're going to take a timeout and think about this. You have to look at it from a couple different perspectives. You don't want to get too far behind too early, and we both understand that and respect that. But at the same time, you want to show confidence in your guys, even if that's your defense that has given up some big plays. So, you don't want to look desperate as well. So you can understand either side of the coach's decision right here.
Going into the timeout, the coach has got to be looking in the kids' eyes and kind of gauging what they're seeing and what they're thinking and kind of help make a decision off that.
We know that the Ariton kids want to go for it here, and
no doubt.
And we know that the Dale County kids think that we'll stop them if they do.
Right.
And that's how both teams should think, and there's no reason looking at the scoreboard that they don't feel that way. I've always been of the school that if we can't get a yard, we don't deserve it.
Agreed.
But at the same time, both teams practice. Both teams have a plan for this. Both teams have goal line packages, and sometimes it comes down to who can make the play or catch the break at the right time. So big pivotal play. 5:55 to go, 3rd quarter, and this is going to be a significant play right here in the outcome of this football game. As Ariton,
it appears they're going to go for it.
Ariton is lined up now. They could be trying to drop him off sides, but they've got 5 in the backfield. He takes a sweep. He's headed right. He's got first down yardage. Did he stay forward? He was right at the sticks. And it looks like
really close.
It looks like we're at a pretty good vantage point right down this sideline, and if it's a left-footed spot, so to speak, by this near side official, he's going to have the yardage, and they're changing it to number 1 and moving the sticks here as Ariton's picked up first down yardage. I knew
big risk, big reward.
Big risk, big reward. I hate to overstate it, but you're going to get 3 more plays possibly of Dale County's defense being on the field. So and maybe that factored into the decision a little bit as well.
It's 3 less Dale County's offense is not on the field.
That's
they've been explosive.
Also,
they've been explosive.
Also important to Ariton's defensive strategy. But a great play right there. I knew that he had it initially. It was a question of whether or not he had given up that yardage voluntarily or if he was forced back. Forward progress, though, enough for a first down. Low snap. Big play there. Dale County's defense.
It looks like he took the ball.
The referees are not even aware that this is going to be a touchdown for Dale County. Great job by our camera crew to pick that up. But before he came down, it looks like Dale County snatched the ball up during the
the officials
strip
are
drill.
Yet to indicate.
Yeah, the officials are all at midfield, and they may have ruled that his forward progress was stopped. But before he went down, Dale County with a great job on the strip
job.
And
then again, they may have ruled that he couldn't advance. And the call on the field is he was down.
The call on the field is he was down, and if forward progress was stopped, then obviously it's too noisy up here to hear a whistle and to hear that type of thing. And the call on the field stands, and another. We've had a couple of those. We had a recovered fumble that could have been a touchdown that went the other way, and we've had a few of these now for each side. We've had a holding penalty take a touchdown back, and
I'll assure you one thing: every fan here has got their money's worth, and they're sitting on the edge of their seat right now.
So just in this half alone, we've had a touchdown by each team called back, via a penalty and or non-call in that case, as it may be. So Ariton with a second chance here, looking at about second and 13.
They still have Peavy in the backfield.
They've actually got another lineman stacked in the backfield here. They're going.
Got a heavy package.
The refrigerator Perry package is number 5. Tries to get to the outside. Good pursuit by Dale County. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, but not much.
It looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage.
And we, for the first time this game, we may start to be seeing a little fatigue by Peavy. Unfortunately, that long touchdown run that he did make had to take a lot of wind out of him, and I could be wrong, but he doesn't look quite as quick to me on these last couple carries around the end.
I agree wholeheartedly.
So what does
and as we alluded about going to the well, it appears they've stacked the middle for that. So
what does Ariton?
Let's see if they do something a little different here.
What does Ariton have in their bag of tricks on third down? I look for another successful pass play, hopefully, but it's him around
the corner again.
He's going to get 4 or 5 yards there, but not.
And there's a flag comes out on the sideline.
And I believe that there was a hit out of bounds. Not sure who initiated it.
It looked that way.
Not sure who initiated it, but a lot of we're on the far side of the field, and there was definitely a lot of activity going along on that sideline. Let's see what we find out here as our head official comes to discuss as the ball is going to be spotted right at the 50-yard line. So they're
Dale County's moving an indication that it's on them.
Well, a hit out of bounds would have. We've got a dead ball, personal foul.
That's a huge first down pickup right there. They was definitely behind the sticks.
So this is 2 different situations that we've seen now on third and long plays where a penalty plays a pivotal impact on the outcome of the first down yardage. So we got first down. Ball's inside the 40 now. Ball on the 36-yard line. We got first down and 10.
It appears they're going to give Peavy a little bit of a breather. I don't see him out on the field. As we talked, he was fatigued a little.
I have to say I agree with that decision on a lot of levels. So Herring back at quarterback position, number 9 wide. We got a handoff, number 18. Got a little crease, and he's down the right sideline. Bounces outside 10, 11, 12 yards down the right sideline there, and another Ariton first down.
It's good to see fresh legs.
I like to see that, and clearly a spark there by number 18 for Ariton. Big gain there on first down, and I don't think anybody knew that was coming. What a blast around the right end by number 18.
He showed flash of speed there, boy. He got in the hole. He was moving.
So Herring behind center, rather, not under center. 18 to his left. Wide receivers to both sides, 2 on the top of your screen. Shotgun snap. Quarterback fakes the handoff and tries to go up the middle, but no room to run as a couple Dale County defenders are there. Led by number 59.
It appears he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 59 is Sean Deloney there making the big play for Dale County Warriors. Second 10, back to the line of scrimmage. No harm, no foul there, but a good play by 2 Dale County defenders to be right on the spot there. Nobody fooled by the quarterback keep. Number 4 behind center, 18 behind him in sort of a short shotgun snap again. 18 gets the carry, headed right, and he's got a little room. 5, 6, 7 yards down inside the 20-yard line. Ariton's in the red zone, is going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
You know, 18's really come in and given a real good spark to the running game around the edge.
Well, we both thought that they needed it.
And as I indicated earlier, you know, he's a young kid. He's a sophomore, and it's good to see the young kids, you know, kind of getting in and stepping up.
Coach Gilcrease on Tuesday night spoke to some of his young guys, and as Ariton, you know, made a little fake snap here, and they're looking to the sideline for a little, you know, change to play here. Got another handoff to 18. He's headed right, and 3 Dale County Warriors there on 3rd and 3. They've seen that play enough times this drive that they guessed right. And good play by their defensive staff, and that play didn't go anywhere.
And, you know, you got to think this is 4-down territory, you know.
Number 5 coming back into the game for Ariton, so you're going to ride.
It's going to bring up, what, a 4th and 4?
It looks still like 4th and 3, which would have been a favorable spot from my vantage point. But 4th down and 3, Ariton's offense on the field. They never, for the record, they never even questioned doing this. Herring behind center. He's going to take the snap, 18 to the right. It's a quarterback power. He cuts up the middle.
And he's going to be short.
I don't believe he's going to get there. Good job by Dale County's defensive line there of really plugging up the gap, and we feel that Dale County is going to take over here on possession. After 4 downs of less than 10 yards by Ariton's offense.
And as you alluded earlier, you know, you're starting to see a little fatigue from both teams at this point. You know, it's getting late in the 3rd. And
it will be Dale County's ball. The good news is, if you're Ariton, here is that it's inside the 15-yard line, and you're still in a 1-possession game, and so you gotta real quickly get the troops fired up right here.
You know, do you pin your ears back here and come at them, or?
Injury update real quick for Ariton, number 69, who was down on the last drive. He's back in the game for their defense, so we're happy to see him back and healthy.
Absolutely. He's been a big help on the defensive line the whole game. And
he has been a run blocker.
No
doubt. Very athletic for his size, and we're happy to see him back on the field and healthy. Ariton's coach made the comment Tuesday that they really had nothing to lose tonight by playing a ranked 4A team, and we definitely didn't want injuries to be a factor,
right.
But you know, so far, knock on wood, so far we've come out mostly unscathed by both teams. Shotgun snap for Dale County. The running back gets the handoff. He's got a little room coming across the 20 and down near the 25-yard line. Gain of 7, 8 yards there on 1st down by number 1. That's Deontay Henderson. He wants to be called Tay.
It appears they called a blitz there, but just blitzed the wrong gap.
That's right. And that's the risk reward you take with a blitz or a draw. The right call against the wrong defense doesn't always pay the dividends. Looks like
give credit to the running back for picking that blitz up. You know,
it was
cutting off of it.
Well, that entire play was well blocked by Dale County, and a solid gain of 7 on 1st down, going to bring up 2nd and 3. Ball just short of the 25-yard line here. Is one of the few times in the night Dale County is under center. Got a handoff to the H-back. He's looking for yardage. Looks to have the 1st down. Hey, number 18 there, you know, who made a couple of those big runs on offense, sticks his nose in, makes a big stop for the Ariton defense. It will be a 1st down though. I like the fire from Ariton's defense though. They're not letting their head down after that 4th down, you know, failed conversion. And looks like we have some official. We've got an official stoppage in play right here.
Yeah, I think they stopped it to move the chains, and
maybe they weren't as quick as we were to figure out that was a 1st down. So now that the chains are set, we're back to live action here. As the clock's going to wind down after they reset it, and that's going to be the end of your 3rd quarter. What an exciting 3rd quarter. Really only 2 drives by each team. Dale County with only their 2nd possession of the half, as there was 2 long drives that half. And we end your 3rd quarter with your score, number 10 Dale County 27 and number 4 Ariton 19. We're going to take a short commercial break and have a word from our sponsors. We'll be back with your 4th quarter on Wiregrass Sports.
Never know how.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full
Welcome back live, Wiregrass Sports. We're here at the start of the fourth quarter. We actually had one play before our commercial break cut in, and we had a little 3-yard gain and a fumble, but the running back for Ariton was down. We're looking at a 2nd and 7 here, the second play of the fourth quarter. 8-point game. Dale County with the ball on their own 35-yard line here. Quarterback in the shotgun looking to the sideline for a check with me situation. Looks like they're changing the play at the line of scrimmage. He's got his snap, little handoff to the right, number 1, headed right and got some room. Makes a few people miss, and now he's free down the right sideline, across midfield, down out of bounds, inside the 40-yard line. Another big explosive play for Dale County.
And, hey, he's brought down by Ethan Webb, number 9, right from Ariton. Great touchdown saving tackle right there.
Absolutely. Can't comment enough how many big plays, and they're always, like you said, they're within range when they walk off the sideline, but an explosive play right there. Many yards to be back into Ariton territory. Kind of a muddle huddle here. Everybody checking the wristband as Dale County coaching staff seeing something they want to adjust to. No reason to be in a hurry now. You've got the lead. You got the clock running in the fourth quarter. So I expect the tempo to change a little bit. But I think they may have took too long. It looks like, Anthony, they took too long trying to decide what they want to do.
It looks like they're going to get the delay a game here.
Going to be 5 yards right after that big play to shoot themselves in the foot now all of a sudden, and maybe the break Ariton needs to stay in this ball game.
It's kind of been a game of breaks by penalties for both sides. One way or the other, whether it be a key first down on penalty or setting you back, for a penalty. It's been a game of penalties.
I really don't understand after a big play like that to take a delay of game. With these clocks under the goalpost. Handoff to 17. He's headed left and plenty of room. He's around in across the 40. He's across the 30 and trying to cut inside. Makes another man miss, and he's still fighting for yardage as he's down near the 10-yard line. What an exciting run there by number 17.
Great run by 17 there. That's going to be Greg Linder.
Would not be denied there. Greg Linder, running back, senior. Lots of determination there. Many a time.
He showed senior determination on that play. He never gave up, kept his feet moving, and it appears we got a player down.
And this is our first cramping issue that we've seen. We have an Ariton player on the near sideline, and they're stretching him out. These cramps hurt. They're extremely painful, but
and once they start, it seems like they never stop.
But fortunately, not a season-threatening or possibly even game-threatening injury. So glad that it's only cramping, but these cramps can leave you in a lot of pain. And as we move into the fourth quarter, we can probably expect to see some of this from both sides. But Ariton, with the little bit of deficiency in depth going up against a boys' school, is
the depth's starting to play an issue. You can start to see some of the fatigue in Ariton, but but they're still fighting, and that's what you want to see in a ranked team and a team that's expecting big things, on the season to come. And
well, we mentioned at halftime that if you're in either one of these teams' divisions, you're going to have to plan for a 4-quarter event when you
absolutely
no matter who you are this season, you're going to get 4 quarters out of both of these teams, and I think. Tonight's game, it'll mean something for bragging rights. It'll be a lot of experience. You'll see a lot of these turnovers corrected. You'll see a lot of these penalties corrected. A lot of young players, 10th graders especially on Ariton,
right.
and new quarterback for one team and new running back for another team, and obviously a lot of leadership. Only 5 seniors.
Right.
We haven't mentioned it yet, but there's only 5 seniors total on this Ariton team. So a lot of young players are getting a lot of experience that's going to be around this program for the next several years.
And coaches say, the biggest improvement comes from week 1 to week 2.
Absolutely. Any coach will tell you that at any level, and it'll be the case with these young men. Not to mention the issues that they've had because of the weather.
Right.
Not even getting the allowed amount of practice in they wanted to on the field. Probably
right.
not the amount of tackling they wanted to, and situational football, which has hurt both teams.
Right. And both teams got great coaching staff, so I fully expect to see huge improvement in week 2 for both teams.
I know Ariton will be playing Goshen next week. I'll have to check Dale County's.
That'll be a game at Goshen that I think Goshen and Ariton both will be looking forward to. It's Goshen, somewhat turned into a little rivalry between them over the years.
Goshen not playing tonight, so it'll be interesting to see. Did the week off help them be a little bit fresher, or did the week of experience, especially going against a ranked bigger school,
right.
will it really pay dividends for Ariton? Because I don't feel like they'll face a tougher team during the regular season, the rest of the way in terms of size and experience. So this is a big,
this is a huge challenge and a big stepping stone, experience.
We see number 11, making his way off of the field. For Goshen, that's Troy Hicks, or for Ariton, excuse me. I apologize, the purple got me for a minute. But Troy Hicks for Ariton, making his way to the sideline again. I hate to say just a cramp, but thankfully only a cramp. He's played a big role on both sides of the ball for this team tonight.
Right, you don't want to see anybody hurt, but if they gotta be something, we'd prefer it be a cramp.
We'd rather that than head or knee or something. All right, back to action. Dale County, number 5 in the shotgun. Looks like a quarterback power to the left side, and he's got a crease up the middle, and he's going to
score. He's going to score.
He's going to break free around left end, and they're going to extend this to a 2-possession lead here.
Man, I'm going to tell you, number 5, he's played a great game for Dale County tonight.
No way around it.
Demarius Jenkins.
Yes, sir.
He's really had a great game. He can run it. He can throw it. He's a true dual threat quarterback, and he's going to give teams that Dale County face down the road trouble.
Absolutely. You're going to have to know. You're going to have to cover all your bases against him.
They go 3 or 4 deep at running back, and they steadily moving in fresh legs. And
that we've been bragging on the effort on both sides, and I'll continue to. That didn't meet a ton of resistance right there.
No, it didn't.
Around the left side, and we see the Watergate.
I think the fatigue has set in.
And you just saw one of your key players. If you're Ariton, you just see one of your key players go off the field, and we don't know what type of effect that may have had also leading up to that play and the long break. But Dale County capitalizes. Number 90 on for the point after here. It's high enough, it is long enough, and it is good. As Dale County now with 34, Ariton with 19.
You got to think the kicker for Dale County, other than the missed extra point, man, he's been money.
He is, and
a 36-yard field goal earlier in the third.
Absolutely, a big field goal.
Huge field goal for a high school
upright,
kid.
But got just enough leg.
And you got to think the coach is only building more and more confidence with that ability moving forward.
Absolutely, that kick, I guarantee you, will be pulled up again in the memory banks of the coaches when they have some decisions in some of their close games in 4A. And we can't give him enough credit. He's done an outstanding job tonight, other than the one PAT. We don't have a name on our on our roster for him. But number 90, the kicker for Dale County. If you guys feel free to comment, on any of our comment posts, and give him the love that he deserves, because he's played a great game. And before that touchdown, the field goal was a huge
open the second half and drive down thinking you was going to score, but still get the field goal and walk away with some points. It's big.
So he's got a kickoff here, fielded, hit it up the middle of the field, and Nice solid open field tackle there by Dale County to bring him down around the 15-yard line. That's number 15.
And it was good to see Hicks back in, but it appears he's back down cramping. And
yeah,
you know, it may have just returned a little early. You know?
A lot of running horizontally there for not much north and south. As that was Avery Beasley making the play for Dale County.
And you know, that's another kid who's had a great game, both sides of the ball.
And his coaches were talking to us in the
right.
pregame.
Plays fullback.
He's a fullback,
great blocker.
And a lot of these great runs that we have seen, by Dale County, he's led the way. We don't mention his name nearly enough, and the coaching staff is mentioned that he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. He's in on offense and defense, so we want to give a shout out to Avery Beasley for a great game tonight on both sides of the ball, right. And much appreciated by his coaching staff and these fans. Tonight.
You know, we gave the offensive line credit earlier, but you know, fullback's just like another lineman. You know, he gets to do a lot of the dirty work and very seldom gets the credit.
Absolutely, and he's opened up a lot of
those
holes.
Earned the credit tonight.
And Ariton we can't speak of much pressure that they've put on the quarterback all night.
Absolutely.
So their fronts played an integral part in this lead, as they're up 15 now, with 10:18 to go in the fourth quarter, and we have a timeout. We're going to take a short break during this timeout and get a message from our sponsors. You're watching Wiregrass Sports.
Full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital x-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Ariton's got the ball back, 1st and 10, starting their second drive here. In the shotgun formation, Herring has a snap. He's looking to his left. He fires it high, pretty well defended. Just not able to make the connection there. Bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, I hate to keep saying fatigue, but it's really starting to show up in a lot of ways.
With number 5, I'm sure it is. And
5 has been all over the field tonight.
I tell you, if I'm Ariton, to finish out this game strong, what I'd love to see myself is some consistency, because we've seen everything from the wing.
Right. Establish some drives, establish an identity.
I'd love to see who do you want to be now? You're down 15. It's in the fourth quarter. You're playing a higher-ranked, higher classification team, as we got to pitch to number 18 as he continues to show a little spark, picks up 4 or 5 down the left sideline.
And hey, nothing away from Dale County here,
no.
But you got a 2A team that's give them all they wanted, for the better part of four quarters.
It was a one possession game in the fourth quarter, all Ariton could ask for, and Dale County has shown plenty of signs of their strengths this year. I don't think they have anything to hang their head on either. But looking for an identity, like you said here from Ariton to you've tried everything in the book.
And so, speaking of fatigue, it appears that Dale County started substituting on defense a little and got some fresh legs out there.
Well, since this game does not affect the standings, I look for both coaches to try to get some guys in, for a little bit of experience. Hey, a great draw play set up there by Ariton and a good pass and catch from the quarterback to 18, but great read by the Dale County defense.
Looked like it was number 13 there waiting on it, and that's going to be Tanner Mathis again.
Tanner Mathis, great job.
And we just spoke about him on the long pass earlier.
Great job by him staying home. The screen didn't fool anybody. They got the pressure that they wanted, but couldn't break that first line of contain. And to your point, we have 2 or 3 more Warriors running in and out of the game, and we love to see that for a lot of reasons. We love to see these kids get some experience. And
Dale County's got number 4 back deep, and that's going to be David Andrews. And he's had a pretty good game tonight.
Absolutely.
He's had some good runs. And
he has.
It's been tough yardage, but he's fought through it.
I think that he'll get some teaching moments with some of the kicks that he's returned a little close to the end zone, as that one's unreturnable as it goes out of bounds on the left side. But he's made some explosive plays in the return game and on offense and defense, no doubt about it.
Lopez punt sails out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
So not a great punt there for Ariton. Not what you would hope for to pin him back deep. Is Dale County is going to be already in Purple Cat territory here to start their next drive, and you know, this is the point in the game, and defining moments are made.
Right.
Defining moments are made irregardless of score, irregardless of opponent. And the coaches are going to learn a lot, both sides.
Right.
Both sides are going to learn a lot about their players in these next 8.5 minutes. And I'm excited to see it, and I know the coaches and the fans are. We got a handoff right-hand side, number 1, making his way across 8, 9, maybe even 10 yards.
You know, it seems in the fourth quarter the offense has started establishing drives for Dale County, and you know they're getting 7-8 yards a carry.
They're imposing their will.
Right.
You know, and you know it had to be what you would expect: a ranked team in 4A versus a ranked team in 2A. They're finding their identity. They're finding their consistency. They're finding their rhythm, and you know, Coach was probably forced to change his play calling up a little bit based off of how long his defense had been on the field.
Absolutely.
But now that his offense is having the opportunity, they've kind of slowed everything down. And I think they found the tempo that they're most comfortable with right this minute. Number 17,
go back to
breaking
17,
to the right, and not a lot of blue cats in the way.
And what a hard lick down there.
I spoke too soon as number 22 for Ariton steps up and delivers a lick. Unfortunately, it was 25 yards down the field.
But, you know, they go back to the senior. They go back to 17, Linder, you know.
Absolutely.
And he's had a big night.
He has.
You know, and you like to see that from a senior. You want to see, you know, your seniors should, you know, they should lead the team, and he's led tonight.
He's absolutely
led tonight.
And he doesn't get his name called as often as number 1 and number 5, so when he gets his chance, he's definitely made the most of it all night. So we're going to have a 1st and goal situation here around the 6-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun formation, 2 backs behind him. Hand off to 17 around the right side. Good pursuit by Ariton.
And that's Herring. Herring comes in from the backside.
So the quarterback making a big play on the defensive side of the ball there. Careful to not have a horse collar in that situation, but a good sure tackle. Again, backside pursuit. We've seen that from him a couple times tonight. I'm glad that he's healthy first and foremost to escape this game as their quarterback and be prepared next week for Goshen. Physically has got to be a good sign for Coach Gilcrease and
you know,
and the
it's
staff.
a risk versus reward having your quarterback, your starting quarterback,
Play
having
strong
to play
safety.
some, you know, safety and playing on defense, but at a small school.
Hey, looked like a fumble snap there, but it was actually direct to number 1. But
That's
Ariton,
Henderson. He's going to reverse field.
It was actually
he's got a lot of grass.
It was actually a busted play, but the athletic ability there of number 1, touchdown again for Dale County as they extend the lead here.
And I think that's the second time Tays reached the end zone tonight.
And that's the second time he's done it on a play like that. And the speed of Dale County, the fatigue and the lack of depth that you speak of for Ariton.
Well, the speed has played a factor. They've stretched the sidelines,
and when they use that to their advantage, it's been effective all game long. So we have number 90 on again, and we wish we had his number. We'll have to talk to the Dale County program staff about that because they've left him off. But the kick is up, it's high, and it is good again. So another converted kick. 41-19 is your score here. Is Dale County starting to extend the lead, 22 points now. 6:57, not over by any stretch, but we're going to need to see something really quick out of Ariton to get back in this game. But you know, plenty of time at this point. But there's nothing that I've seen from Dale County's offense that shows me that
neither team have nothing to hold their head about.
No, absolutely not.
It's been a physical ball game.
It's
been hard licks thrown both ways, and it's been great sportsmanship.
Your point earlier, you know, about the team's improvement from week 1 to week 2 is absolutely a fact. And the best part about these mistakes from each side is that it'll, you know, both of these teams will have lots to clean up next week. And while we do get into the last 7 minutes, we got some scores to share with you. Charles Henderson 10, Pike County 6, 10-6 in the fourth quarter.
You got Ashford up 24-7 over Rehoboth in the fourth quarter.
That's a key game in the Wiregrass.
And Lakeside has come back and is up 19-16 in the fourth quarter over Glenwood.
Geneva County 28, Sampson 13. That score was at half. Headland big 43-0 over Strawn as Ariton receives this kick, and number 11 would have flashed to the left. He's got some running room. He's down the left sideline across the 35, and you know, a good sign of life there from the Purple Cat kick return team. Hopefully that'll ignite a spark. We'd love to see them get closer to this game.
You got Carroll up 21-6 at half over Booker T. Washington.
Slocum 14-0 over GW Long in a game that a lot of the fans here will have an eye on. Florella 30-0 over St. Michael at half. Northview 34-6 over Southside, and Brantley in a squeaker 19-17. That's a final in Highland Home.
And you got Houston Academy 31-0 over Zion Chapel, and that's a final.
Houston Academy will be one of our teams we cover later this season, so be sure to tune in for that, those of you in Dothan. All right, Ariton takes over 1st and 10 right here at the 35-yard line. Quarterback in sort of a pistol formation again. He hands it off, number 18. There's a spark. He's got a seam. He's up near the 40. Solid gain on 1st down. Nothing wrong with that. We'll take a 4-yard gain on 1st down. We noticed the Dale County defense now making some substitutes as well. Both from an experience, to get some guys some experience as well as to deal with the fatigue. And I'm sure a lot of the coaches would like to see a lot of guys get some experience in this game, which will not reflect in the area race and in the league standings. So just a big experience for both of these schools to finally start this rivalry that probably should have been being played for a long time.
Absolutely. It's probably should have been played for the last 10 or 15 years at least.
Hand off to number 18 again. More running room as he's got 1st down yardage, lowers his shoulder. Big lick given right at the 50-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st down for Ariton.
It's a good sign that Ariton, they're still fighting. They're still pushing.
This is a great sign. Their defense was starting to wear down to come out here, put a couple key plays together, move the ball across midfield. There's a timeout. Absolutely, the coaching staff has to be thrilled with the enthusiasm and the effort given on Ariton here late in the 4th quarter. And their coach, when we interviewed him Tuesday night, he knew that this was a challenge. He understood they knew exactly what they were getting into. But I believe that, if we spoke to him after the game, that he's going to be disappointed most likely in this result on the scoreboard. But I believe that he'll be extremely happy, first and foremost, to get out of here with very minor injuries.
Right.
So he's going to come out of the game healthy. This is an experience. Who else in 2A is Ariton's number 4? Keep in mind now that the team losing here tonight is the number 4 team in 2A. They're expected to be in the semifinals.
Absolutely.
Okay, so who on their schedule the rest of the week, the rest of the year in 2A is going to strike fear into them when they know that they have went up against a really good, also ranked 4A Dale County team with more depth, more size, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
I think this is a win for both teams.
It's most definitely a win, and both staffs have put together really good game plans, and it's been a shocker up, the whole way.
Dale County definitely drew up several plays, coming out of timeouts and in different situations as another nice run up the middle.
It's going to be about a 9 or 10-yard gain right there.
And I'm enjoying, it's not just this running back. He's getting the publicity, but as we look at the Ariton offensive line, number 58, number 61, these guys are popping up after the play. They're popping up. They're getting back to the huddle. Everybody's doing their job.
Right, and some of these kids are playing both ways.
Absolutely. And I really like the heart of both teams. Not only the corrections that you can take away, but definitely a lot of positives each team can take away. Ariton's added an extra blocker up at the line here. 18 up the middle again. He's got 1st down yardage. Going to move the chains, and they're driving into Dale County territory. They're up near the Warriors' 42, 43-yard line. As we wait for the chains to move on the far sideline. Be a lot of life in both teams. I like seeing Dale County's defense right now. Some of the new guys, they're doing a good job communicating to one another. Everybody seems to be in their position.
They seem to be playing
two well-coached teams.
Very well with assignment football.
Absolutely, and they know what the situation is. They can give up a few yards here or there. They just can't give up the big play to let Ariton into it quickly. Good delayed handoff right there. Number 30, while taking on a block. Number 10 was making a good block for Ariton, but number 30 is Mr. Antoine Guerrera. But yeah, your guess is as good as mine on that. But
and hey, he's a junior, so
what a great tackle there with a man swamped, draped all over him to make a great tackle right there. A lot of credit goes to him, and that's going to be a loss on the play. Bring up about 2nd and 12. Clock under 4:30. Ariton not in a huge hurry. I think, the pending
right.
a big
think
play
both
here.
teams are content with grinding it out right here.
And I like to fight on both sides. Quarterback takes a snap, rolling to his left. He was looking to throw, but he's decided to cut it up, and that was a good decision. He's going to be real close to 1st down yardage, probably a gain of 10 there. Remember, it was 2nd and 12, but a very nice gain by Herring.
Yard line down to the 38.
And he was brought down by number 72, Nate Curry there.
Our PA address announcer said they were 38, but I believe they're much closer to the 30 here, and it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 2. So a very manageable situation, under 4 minutes, but Ariton with a chance here to get another first down, take this ball in and make it even more respectable score. Quarterback keeps it himself, and he's got first down yardage on the left side, being pulled down by a tackler there. Try to get a number for you.
Number 11.
That was number 7.
Number 7,
Frank Hill.
And number 11, Jeffrey Lightman.
Frank Hill is also a wide receiver for Dale County. He was the first guy to get a hand on him, and then the cavalry there to bring him down. But a first down, Ariton, a big gainer. Smart decision by the quarterback to tuck that and run. And Ariton's in business, deep in Dale County territory now. First down. Plenty of life left in the Purple Caps.
Absolutely. As we near the 3-minute mark.
Quarterback rolling to his left. He is looking to throw, and he has thrown it. That ball bounces away. Good coverage there. Probably a smart play by the quarterback. He saw it wasn't there.
You don't want to force anything.
Absolutely. Not all incompletions are a bad play. Sometimes that's a smart play.
You're coming up on under 3 minutes, and
I think that was a good play.
You're in striking distance, and
good coverage by 2 Dale County defenders there on that far sideline. We have a bad angle from where we're at, so we couldn't get a number, but great coverage, which has been the case for most of the night. Their downfield game has not been there all night for Ariton.
Absolutely.
Their short game has been effective as they give a handoff here. A few yards on the left side. Number 18.
Another brought down by number 59, Sean Deloney right there.
And 56, I believe, Brody Mathis also had a hand in that tackle.
Bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Purple Cats.
3rd and 9, and you know that they would love to score right here. It's not critical. It's not going to change. It's not going to change the score of the game, but you know that Ariton would love to put a few more points on the board right here. Looks like they're going to have a snap, handoff to quarterback with a nice little fake there. Picks up some positive yardage. If it is 4-down territory, they get a good job of getting a chunk of it.
He's brought down by a host of Warriors on the play.
Again, and we talked about this earlier, I think even though they're giving up chunks of yardage, Dale County's defense is probably doing exactly what they wanted to right here. Bend, not break. They're okay with giving up yards. They're okay with giving up first downs. 22-point lead. They're just trying to play smart football. Both teams have cleaned up the penalties here. And, we're just having a good drive by Ariton, though, 4th and 6. So a do or die play on this drive to see if they can close the gap.
We got number 3 coming in at quarterback. That's going to be Indy Wiggins.
Okay.
For Ariton.
And what's the story behind Indy?
He is a freshman. He's a 9th grader. He'll be your starting quarterback on your junior varsity team. And it's good to see him get some experience here in a big game. And
he picks up a low snap, and he's looking to throw. Now he may run to the left. He's got a lot of green grass to the left. If he can make one man miss, he's going to get a first down, and he is. He's right near the first down marker.
That was a great job.
We'll have to see where the spot was. But what the composure by a freshman kid to come off the bench, drop the snap, pick it up, try to run the play. He looked right, looked left, couldn't find anybody, and he decides to tuck that ball and run for what appears to be an Ariton first down. I'm extremely impressed by the poise to take that low snap,
to come in off the bench cold,
still look to his right for the pass, and then have the peace of mind to tuck that in, and then what a gutsy play right at the marker, take a lick, right off the bench, take a lick and get your team a first down here. That'll if you ever need him late in the season for a play.
Well, it's good to see, like you said, see the freshmen and the underclassmen get some playing time.
Apparently we may have missed a flag as we see Ariton now taking a few steps back. So interesting to see what may have happened there, and if it's going to be a repeat of a 4th down or maybe it was dead ball. A legal motion before the snap's the indication we're getting now. Doesn't take away the effort by the kid.
Not a bit.
Great play by Mr. Wiggins, and what a moxie play, by a kid of any age to do that under those circumstances.
Absolutely.
Fresh, coming in cold. I think he probably earned a lot of respect from his teammates there that'll carry in if they ever have to go to their backup late in the year. So they're going to go for it again. It's about 4th and 11 now. There's another flag on the play as the referees blow it dead before it starts. in this case, it's a timeout by Ariton, which is probably good based off of how that play started. We don't know what would have happened, but Ariton's going to take a timeout. We're going to go to one last break for our sponsors. Thank you so much for watching Wiregrass Sports.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burris Gracie today.
Welcome back to live action here from Ariton. The previous play, which we were unable to air before our commercial break ended, Ariton did go for it on 4th down, and a good-looking pass by number 3. Unfortunately, that pass was picked off by a defender, and pretty decent return, and would have been pretty much the same outcome either way. But Dale County is going to take the ball over here with 1 minute and 1 second left in the 4th quarter in a 41-19 ball game, and we see that they're going to line up in everybody's favorite play, the victory formation. They're gonna milk this clock out, and number 10 Dale County is going to go 1-0, and Ariton's going to take a loss here. But again, this game won't count towards their standings. Won't count towards. This was just an experience gain as they take a knee. It'll take a couple plays to run this clock off, but both teams with so much to be proud of, and both teams well deserving of their preseason ranking. Ariton is going to leave here tonight. They represented their school well. They represented 2A well.
Right, and you know the biggest victory takeaway tonight was injury-free.
To the best of our knowledge, both teams leaving healthy.
Right.
And
there's been some cramps, but you know, like I said, to our knowledge, we haven't seen any major injuries.
Dale County to make one last snap here and ice this thing away. We can't harp enough on the sportsmanship. Also, both teams a lot to be proud of. Both teams have showed lots of respect to each other, and we hope personally here in the Wiregrass, and you as a former Ariton alum, that this rivalry continues for many, many years to come. There's
Absolutely.
a great crowd, great spirit from the band, the cheerleaders. The game.
It's big for the county. It's big for both towns. You know, it's going to be a home and away, and you know, it's going to draw a big crowd no matter what.
We were just shaking hands with the referees. You know, the sportsmanship, even towards them, everything was great tonight. I like seeing this line. I like the organization. These kids, again, they may be teammates next year at Troy for all we know.
Right.
So this is a great thing to see. Your final, Dale County 41, Ariton 19. We ask you to stay with us tonight. We're going to have all your scores and highlights from around the Wiregrass. We're going to have a preview of next week's game where Charles Henderson of Troy travels to Enterprise.
That's going to be a good game.
Big matchup right there.
Game.
Lots of talent on the field from each team's star-studded lineup. Excited to see what Charles Henderson. They're supposedly trending in the right direction. You know, Enterprise.
And you know that'll be big for Charles Henderson playing up 2 classifications, playing a 7A school.
Absolutely,
you know, and be a huge measuring stick for
both
them.
of those teams received votes in their respective polls.
Right.
Neither one was ranked, but both of them receiving votes by the ASHA and the coaches in their classifications. And our teams, as you see here out on the field, they're still together. Looks like they may be joining up for a prayer. You know, that's good to see. Cheerleaders from both teams joining in. Great to see this level of sportsmanship. Great to see 2 teams that are so close, but yet have never played one another until tonight get the opportunity to. And Dale County, as expected, gets a 22-point victory to start their season.
They come in the bigger school, but you know, Ariton never showed any sign of of timidness, and they was ready to play. And
I don't believe
Dale County was ready to play, and it was a great game.
I don't believe they were intimidated, and you know they won't be for sure in the future. I'm sure Goshen at home watching tonight, they'll be excited for the challenge next week, and you know Goshen's well coached. Goshen made a good run last year in the playoffs.
You know, one of the things that Goshen has in their favor is they got some consistency at the head coaching spot with Bart Snyder. You know,
right.
He's been at the program, been at the helm of the program for a while, and you know they was 1 or 2 plays away from playing for a title last year.
They really were. So let's see if they can continue to build off of the momentum that they had at the end of last season. They did lose quite a few players. I want to say that they lost 13 players. I may be mistaken on that, so don't quote me on that. But you know, the Goshen Eagles were absolutely, you know, seconds away and inches away from playing for a state title last year. So you know they're not going to be afraid of number 4 Ariton either. So
in no way, you know.
And I believe the game's in Goshen.
And as I said earlier, you know, Ariton and Goshen have kind of in their own way become a little rivalry between each other themselves.
Well, and that's
because it's been good games over the past year.
And that's what good football and continuing to get deep into the playoffs. That's what you can expect. And you know, it's great for the fans. It's great for Wiregrass Sports as we cover this game, and we want to thank Thomas & Thomas Media for making this possible. We want to thank all of our sponsors for making this possible, and most importantly, we want to make you, the fans, know how much we appreciate you for making this something that you guys want to have in your homes on Friday nights and support your communities. And,
right. Well, you know, it's great for people that can't attend the game, whether it be, you know, they're deployed or whatever. You know, we always want to thank our troops for everything they do. And,
absolutely.
You know, they make the ultimate sacrifice, and for them to be able to tune into Facebook and see it live it's great.
Absolutely. And it's a great platform for a lot of people that, you know, obviously you can't be everywhere. And so, you know, we... Okay. Hey, we just got word we're going to be taking a short break, and we'll be starting our post-game show up after just a few messages from our sponsors. Thank you for watching Wiregrass Sports. We'll be right back.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in Southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burries Gracie today.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in Southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
We're excited to cover this game live. A lot of good action by both teams. Well played game. Number 4 Ariton didn't disappoint their home crowd. Fought hard all night long. A lot of great plays. A lot of things to build on as they travel next week to play Goshen in a game that matters within their division. Dale County showed why they're ranked number 10 in 4A. They had lots of explosive plays. Scored on a kick return, scored on a long pass play, long run play, and then late in the game they found their rhythm. Lot of ball control. Let their star players be stars, and did what they needed to do. So while we're here, we're going to start our post-game show by thanking everyone for tuning in to Wiregrass Sports. This is going to be your place every Friday night, no matter where we're at, to get your team's scores and highlights. We got Florella, big win tonight, 30-0 over St. Michael. We had Ariton, as we saw here, the 19-41 loser, but a great game. 23-20 was the score between Glenwood and Lakeside. We're waiting for a few of these scores to come across the bottom here. As you can see, Carroll of Ozark 33-6 over Booker T. Washington. Geneva County 28, Sampson 13. Big action down there. Slocum 14-0 over GW Long. That'll be a big rivalry game that we'll cover. Ariton and GW Long later in the season. Don't forget Zion Chapel 31-0. Houston Academy gets it done in Jack. We'll be covering both of those teams later in the season as well. Ashford 31, Rehoboth 7. Northview 34-6 over Southside. Wicksburg and Elba. Elba comes out on top tonight, 35-21 in their first game at 1A. Brantley, 19-17 final over Highland Home. Great game there. And Providence Christian getting the better of New Brockton tonight, 35-10. All these schools we're going to see later this year, so we're excited. Pike Lib, building off of last week's exciting overtime win, they take it 24-7 over Crenshaw Christian Academy. Charles Henderson, what a great game tonight. Pike County, 10-6. Exciting finish there. I know the county all be excited about that. Eufaula coming up short tonight against Early County, 28-3, that game final. Pike Lib, can't enough be said about their program as they're building strong. Saraland getting the better of Andalusia tonight. That score 41-3, and you see some of the bottom line there as we see future events. We want to remind you that next week we're going to be broadcasting live from Enterprise High School as your Charles Henderson Trojans will be playing at Enterprise. Great matchup between two big schools, rivals, county neighbors. A lot of college talent on both sides of the field, and we look forward to seeing there. Tune in Tuesday night at 7 o'clock as we have a recap of all this week's action. We'll have a couple coaches online and special guests. Thank you again for tuning in to Wiregrass Sports. Make this your number one for high school football.